There you go. Heads up. Heads up. We started.
What's up, guys?
What up?
Dude, you guys have no idea what it's like looking back on this from Texas, just trying to crawl through my computer screen.
I wish I was there.
Come on. Let me through.
We needed you here. The brothership has not been strong. The broship's been...
What's up with the broship?
I never even hang out with these guys.
We took a hit.
Bro.
What happened to the broship?
What's that?
What happened to the broship?
Well, personally, I want to get wings, but this has been like for like 3 days.
Talking
Shane literally said he wanted to call you yesterday.
For 3
and
days.
get a beer.
Dude, for 3 days, I've had this weird thing where all I think about in my head is like, I should go get wings. And I've like gained like 20 pounds in like 3 weeks.
I gained weight pretty quickly, dude.
I got one, like, you know, the Philadelphia hoagies that are on like Sarcone's rolls? I got one of those. You're only supposed to eat half of that. And then I was like, dude, after like 45 minutes, I was like, I'll just
What are you
finish
doing
it.
after the pot?
We're getting wings.
We're getting wings.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we have wings and brewskis near Helium?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I'll be buzzed up.
Dude, we
for the
went to
10 p.m.
Dude, we went to a restaurant. To
Massive
dude,
L's.
We went to a restaurant to go get wings. The first one was closed.
No, it was open. It was fuck. It opens at 4. We got there at 4:15. What the fuck?
Oh, they were like, we're not ready yet?
Yeah,
Dude, it was a fucking graveyard, and then just one they walked out and was like, hey, y'all's kitchen doesn't open for another hour.
They got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro.
Why do they all say y'all, too, by the way?
Me and
I've
Spade
never-
were literally
dude.
just
They
talking
say y'all
about
and
this.
cheers.
Yeah.
The cheers in Fishtown makes me want to kill myself.
Then we went to a place that I thought for sure would have wings, but
Cheers,
then
guys.
they changed their
Give me a
menu up.
coffee.
They changed their menu up to like real fancy shit. Like Bill got croquettes.
Yeah,
They're
potato.
tater tots, bro.
I got the hash browns
Yeah.
from Dunkin' Donuts, 3 of them for $11.
$11, 3.
They fucked me.
Yeah. And then I got in a car accident yesterday.
What?
Russian.
Bill's my counsel. I probably shouldn't speak on it.
Yeah, please.
Oh,
The
yeah,
case
you guys
is
are-
still-
I wanted to wear a suit.
Taking litigation.
Yeah. Again,
I was just like, fuck, I guess it's my fault. And then Bill's like,
Oh, that's why you said
fuck
Esquire on the phone.
yeah. Esquire.
Yeah, Bill's like, fuck this. I'm going to war.
You got attacked by a domestic terrorist?
I got hit with a Russian Lyft driver.
Oh.
Shouldn't sound, dude, honestly, counsel, can I speak?
Yeah, you can talk about it.
Good advice.
He had an
counsel.
Israeli witness, too.
Yeah,
Powerful witnesses.
Not him.
I was banging a right in a 1-lane street and the guy hit the back of me. How is it not my fault?
It's not your fault.
It is my fault.
No,
It's
if you
not
get
my
hit
fault.
from
It's not
behind,
your
it's
fault.
not your fault.
See, this is
Pause,
why I can't
pause.
talk.
Pause.
It's
If
not
you
your
get-
fault.
If you get hit
did
from
nothing
behind
wrong.
your car,
You're
it's not your
absolutely
fault.
This is why,
It's literally that's why people pull in front of you and jam
Exactly
their brakes.
right.
Bill.
Exactly right. You're innocent.
Spud, are you
Spade
ready?
got hit with one Save Our person who's goes, well, it's your fault. He goes, okay, I guess it's my
Yeah,
fault. then."
no, it's not.
They were like, are you ready to begin the recording? I was like, yeah.
No.
Damn, they recorded you?
They got him
Yeah.
like to making a murder or whatever. It was like,
Oh,
you're
no.
acting,
Did
right?
you-
You're
did
driving,
you
have no
agree
idea
to
what's
it?
going
I
on.
don't know.
Did you agree?
Yeah, I didn't even, I was
Nah,
like,
bro.
yeah, see, I fucked
You need
up.
to get
happening.
your lawyer. You need to
Call-
Billy-
yo,
You need
call
to get
C.
Bill
Breezy.
Esquire.
William McCusker.
Bottom dog.
Dude, Bill went to the gym and then he went to the crime scene and videotaped it and sent it to State Farm.
He's a good lawyer.
They don't know. They don't
Call
know
C.
who I am.
Breezy.
And then
Dude.
you harassed me on the street.
Yeah, I harassed you.
After you knocked the
cannot
case
harass
down?
me. Also, I have good litigation against you. You ran a red light in
I
order to
did.
harass me.
Dude, I made the biggest scene. Ran a red light while honking my horn, screaming, Shane!
I was just carrying my coffees, dude.
Yeah, he
I was just being a good guy.
Yeah.
Kobe.
You're going to ruin your plausibility to
Exactly.
represent.
Why?
Matt,
If you use words,
Matt is,
you lost your plausibility.
How?
You ran a red light, and I got.
Has nothing to do with the case. If you want to take me to court for running that red light, we can handle that.
Did you run that red light? Because you already said you run. You ran it. You said you ran it.
Allegedly running a red light.
No, you said it already.
You literally said
Well,
you
this
did.
has nothing
But
to do
at
with the
your
case.
defense,
Don't talk about
I have to
this.
stay with my current counsel.
What's the tort situation? What's the current tort?
I don't know. I learned about that junior year of high school. I don't remember what
Tort?
tort
We
is.
got to check into the torts.
Yeah,
Dude, there's
tort law.
I had a guy, I got just crashed. Some lady just nailed me.
Pause.
Well, I'll take it, but they play. Some lady just nailed my car. She had no insurance, and I had like the worst of the worst insurance. And I called a lawyer. He's like, I checked the torts. He's like, they're just going to write you a check for
I remember
$3,500.
this, dude. This was when your car was beached
Yeah.
for like a year.
Yeah, man.
That was crazy.
Did I ever tell you the whole situation with that?
What?
This is a crazy story.
Dude, so the lady just nailed my car, fucked me up, airbags deployed.
Oh, I forgot.
Came
about
out,
it.
dude. Came out of it like I gotta
that
get the
your
license
Civic?
plate. Yeah,
Yeah,
totaled my
fuck.
Civic. Came out, got the license plate off the lady, and she
When was this?
this was like
17.
You guys were doing the
2016.
podcast.
18. It would have been
Yeah.
18, I think. It was before.
You might have got CTE. Dude.
I did,
You've
dude.
changed.
Bro, I was fucked up. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep after that, dude. I didn't sleep for real for 4 days, and I wasn't tired.
Flex, brother.
It was
TBI, dude.
Yeah, it fucked me up pretty badly. And
I wonder if that still stands. Maybe get monetary.
dude, like, so
Did you become retarded from a car accident? Yeah. Call Billy. Yeah. Call Bill Walford.
I'm gonna get a billboard with Bill on it.
But dude, the whole story's kind of nuts because I got her license plate. I got her license plate, so I use my police contacts. You're more in the law. I'm more into like the kind of the shield.
Right.
So I used my police contacts. I got her address. And an officer I knew at the time.
That's
BTS.
literally illegal. So
That's BTS, bro.
as your counsel, stop talking about that. You found her name.
Can I tell you the whole story?
Yeah,
you should
but
chill,
that's illegal.
yes.
Well,
It's
whatever.
literally against the law.
Oh, all right. You can do. The police can do that, can't they?
Comedy podcast. The police
This
can't
is
do
a
that
comedy.
for
We're
a friend.
good.
Well, what about a
You
lover?
can't phone a friend?
It's abuse of power.
Is it abuse of power?
You know these comedians.
I
make
can't
up
tell the rest of the
stories,
story. The
dude.
rest of the story is way more of an abuse of
bit.
power.
What'd you do?
I got to
As a
go.
joke.
Someone I knew.
Okay, so let's say the story. Legend has it. I heard of somebody who did this.
Story time, y'all.
We went to the house. We went to the house, and it was in not the best neighborhood. So I didn't want to get recognized. So I just got to like sit there and chill while someone I knew who whatever went up to the door, knocked up, and was like, "Yo, where's?" And the person like, "Oh, they're not here. They're not here." Blah blah blah. And they're like, "Look, man, we just want to like there was a hit and run. It's a serious incident. Just they should do the right thing." And they went actually, and they ended up going and turn themselves in. They didn't get any trouble. I didn't press charges. But then later
Insanely
on,
illegal.
the person who hit me called my police contact and literally they were like,
How can we make this
officer,
right?"
officer, my daughter suffered a terrible thing. Somebody videotaped her sucking their dick and put it on Facebook. What can we do? And they were like, I can't help you. I don't know what
What
to do.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
remember
like the
that.
Karma's a bitch, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
God damn.
Karma's a bitch. Yeah, it was bad. I actually felt bad.
You were probably like, we should probably review the tape for legal purposes.
I was like, you can make us whole. We can recreate
You give me that tape and we're even.
Pound of flesh.
Shit. That's all fictional.
That's just street justice.
Yeah.
That's all fictional.
Damn, powerful switch.
In the headphones, that's crazy.
I gotta stop drinking water right into the microphone. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all.
Now, cheers.
I got CTs, bro. I got hit. And dude, the airbag deployed. And by the way, there was a
Does it
scratch.
scuff your face up?
Dude, brother, most people would hit my forearm. I was quicker than the airbag. Swear to God. It came at me and I went like that, and it scuffed my forearm. Not lying.
That's super
I
human,
believe.
bro.
Yeah, it wasn't
Bro.
from the air. You were probably covering up for the accident.
No, it was.
Did you see the accident coming?
Dude, I saw the lady pull it out. I was listening to fuck, what was the song?
It's probably
So
rapping.
funny. It's gonna be so funny.
The what?
Whatever song it was.
It
Any
was.
song you're listening to, if you get in a car
Oh,
accident,
dude.
it's so funny.
Oh my
It sounded
God.
like
Let me
D'Angelo.
find the fuck, it's by like, it's not like Jane's Addiction. I think it's Jane's Addiction. It was,
I just put Rooster in your head
crazy
earlier.
getting an accident to Rooster would be sick.
Yeah, what Allison changes.
Dude, let me see if I can find this because it's like, it's kind of embarrassing. So I'll like listen to it every now and again. And I'm like,
Damn, that was a serious accident. I didn't know how bad it was.
dude, my airbag deployed. And I remember I saw the car. I was like, fuck, hit it. And there was just
hurt like fuck.
what?
Probably hurt having your arm.
Dude, it fucking hurt like
jammed
hell.
into your face.
I lost consciousness. I was out and I came to and was just like, what the fuck? And just saw that car and was like, bitch.
You could have become a paraplegic, bro.
This is true.
Did your airbag deploy in your car accident with the tractor trailer when you were trying to get your game?
No.
You just went under?
Yeah.
Damn, that's scary.
Then he kept driving. It was so scary. He kept driving.
Wait, what happened?
During COVID.
Remember Shane during COVID took his dad or mom's
I
car?
borrowed my mom's car to go to Best Buy to buy
You went into a tractor trailer?
I needed my NCAA. I needed an HDMI cord for the Xbox 360. I was like, Mom, can I please borrow the CRV to take to Best Buy to buy this cord? I pulled in the right
Give your
lane.
card back.
I pulled into a turning right lane. A tractor trailer was making an illegal right turn. For the
It's
record,
the opposite of spades.
Literally a sign out that says no right turn. The tractor trailer didn't see me pull up next to him and just slowly turned. So I just watched the
Wheels come
trailer.
towards you.
The trailer just, I was like,
It just ate you.
yo. I just watched it hit me. And then he kept driving. He couldn't see me. So I was like, oh shit, I'm under your truck. The wheels were right next to the door.
That could have been the end of you, bro.
Yeah, no, it would have been a real slow death. I would have taken it, dude. I wouldn't have moved.
You would have had nice.
I would have been too lazy. I would have been like, oh, here it comes. So then I drove the car home, and I was like, Dad, can I borrow your car? Immediately got my dad's car and drove the Best Buy. I needed dubs.
That's all you could do.
It was all I could do.
I was thinking about getting a gaming system yesterday. I was watching like Call of Duty videos. I was like, I'm really missing out
You're
on
going to be
this.
furious.
I'm really missing out on this.
You're going to be furious. The new games,
They're hard.
they're just
Woke.
Oh, woke.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're rewriting World War II.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you
they did.
did you guys
Be a
watch
black
Dragon?
ladies storming D-Day.
Did you watch
What's
Dragon's House
You
or
can do a
House
black
of
lady
Dragons?
D-Day.
Many such cases.
What?
You watch House of Dragons yet?
No.
That's kick-ass feminist Game of Thrones. It was good for a while, and dude, they got rid of all the dicks for some reason. There's no dicks,
Pussy.
barely any pussy. Two girls kiss. Finally, it takes like to the second season.
I saw that.
Oh, dude, I was watching that, and Brittany was like, "No, no," and I was like, "Yes, here it comes." This is so unnecessary. I was like, "This makes sense, man."
This is fine.
Medieval times.
These girls,
That's how it was back then.
Medieval times.
yeah, it's the queen had like just making out with like a old prostitute.
what they used to do
Checks
back
out.
then.
Yeah.
True.
It's
historically accurate.
It is.
No, it is. That it's all about like men being dumb and women. It's about men just being like dumb and women being like, let's really change history.
Yeah. What happens
It
at the
slowly
end?
morphs into it. I haven't gotten to the end yet.
Everything fall apart.
I haven't seen the end. I haven't seen
A
the
woman
end.
gets a dragon and burns down the entire city.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's how the last one ended.
Yeah.
It's fucking bull. Did you see the whole thing?
I watched the original Game of Thrones.
Me too.
Yeah. That was good. It
RR is
you know,
pissed.
I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Did he get
what
on
did
Twitter?
He, say? He said he was going to, and then I never followed
I
up.
never watched it.
Yeah.
Him and J.R. Rowland should team up.
J.K. Rowling.
JK, my bad.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
CTs.
Have some respect.
Him and J.K.
CTs.
Rowland should team up. That'd be nice. Just write the ultimate.
Yeah.
Book?
The ultimate
Yeah.
straight magic book. Just straight as fuck. No trans.
Now, fucking, what's it called? Game of Thrones does nothing on True Detective season 4 or whatever Night Country
Oh.
is.
That was tough. Yeah.
Unbelievably.
Just drafted a wide receiver. My wide receiver in my fantasy league's hurt. So how's your day going?
You think they would stop after
fuck?
that?
Did you watch it?
Yes, I want to watch it till the end. I watched like the first 4 episodes. And it was just them being like, "Come in my pussy."
Yeah, the
it really
dude's
doesn't
in the
get
tub.
good.
Why don't you toss one of your cum loogies in my pussy?
The one dude's like huge, sitting in a tub. Like, why are you gonna leave?
I know.
I'll come back for my toothbrush, brother.
That was
Okay.
that. To be fair, I'm not trying to sound real gay. That was kind of turning me on watching him sub. Watching that guy
That's
sub
between
that
you and
hard
God,
was kind of turning me on.
Wait. When the Native American lady was riding him?
Yeah.
Are we all going to pretend that wasn't hot?
Forced cum. Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
It was
about
hot
that.
as fuck.
Yeah, but when he would lay in like silk sheets, he'd be like, "Where are you going?" Come on,
That's
man.
me all the
You
time.
can't,
Just silk sheet, just used.
bro. You're subbing so hard. It's
Wait, come back. I need somebody.
You're going out of your dangerous night shift job.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
she took her toothbrush and rolled like it was
Yeah.
like some powerful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this commitment.
It's enough of that.
Yeah, I mean,
When she gets the DUI, then when she pulls the drunk driver out, like,
Yeah,
get
that
out
was
of the car, you piece of
crazy.
shit. Come here. It literally sounded like South Park. It was so fucking dumb.
I just watched Silence of the Lambs too. To see her go from that to that, it's like fucked up.
It's crazy they're trying to compare Long Legs to Silence of the Lambs. Dude.
No.
Not
Bro,
even close.
Long Legs. I was pumped for that. I was,
What's that?
You guys know me. I love a good spooky movie.
Yeah, you do.
I was fucked in the ass on that movie. Yeah, I watched it.
They're like
I just-
$25.
Couldn't
too.
believe that movie.
Yeah.
what was, what was up with it?
on Long Legs?
Dude, I'm just trying to watch flicks. bro.
Right, I hear you, dude. I had 20 on the mule.
It's a
Amazon
night
has,
in the theater. Yeah.
The mule.
The mule, Clint Eastwood. It's a great
Dude,
movie.
have you ever seen The Perfect World? It's a good ass Clint Eastwood movie.
That's on
Kevin
that's
Costner's in
next
it.
on my list.
I watched a good Churchill one last night. They're for dude. If you have Amazon, you're fucking money. They have every movie ever.
They really do.
Yeah, Amazon kind of does crush it, and they're like $12.
Twisters is still holding it number one.
Twister sucks. Dude.
Twisters.
It's number one on
fucked me in
Amazon?
the ass, too. I was so
Oh, the new
excited.
Twister. What happened to it? Did like ladies block the
Dude,
You're
it's
tornado?
never
so
gonna
bad.
believe it. A lady can just, she uses her fucking feminine intuition. She can tell which way tornadoes
No.
are. It
And
plays
she
beautiful piano music.
You're being serious?
Swear to God.
Yeah, she tricks all the dudes too while she's doing it. She's like, "It's over there, dude."
Just so why the dudes are gonna like turn it into like
They're
a global
they're
disaster?
storm chasers.
Can
It's
we
a
have
culture.
something, bro?
It's just their piggish
No,
nature.
okay.
Just men's piggish nature. We need women to step in.
Yeah. Kamala's gonna do it. Supposedly that her hitting on thing's a fucking lie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I believe it though,
because
because
Twisters, Kamala's a bitch.
dude, I'm just saying they came out with the thing saying that she got in a hit and run in San Francisco, and they're saying it's Russian disinfo. So that automatically makes me think it's true.
I
She
think
got
though
a
they
hit and run and what? Hit
In
somebody?
2011 in San Francisco.
Killed someone and drove away.
I don't think so.
It's not real.
That was Biden's brother who did that. Biden's brother killed someone, I think, down in Florida or something, and got away with
Frank
it.
Biden. Yeah.
Frank Biden, yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, 100%.
Damn.
Hunter just pleaded guilty to fucking
Gats, you had that thing on him.
No, he pleaded
gat.
tax evasion.
What?
Yeah,
Is he going to go to jail?
17 years, but you know,
How the fuck do you tax evade when your dad's the president?
And why?
There is
Just be like,
nothing I'm
Dad,
doing.
can you erase my taxes, please?
Yeah.
true. I didn't think of that.
What was he? Yeah, who knows, man? That's crazy. Although he was smoking crack for a while, so I could see him not
Tax
having his.
evasion is the least of a guy on crack swears.
Yeah.
Your life's a
You're
fog.
never like, oh, I got to pay taxes.
To be fair, that's probably really hard to pay taxes when you're like actively addicted to crack. You're just kind of like, well, I got to
It's
set
gonna
aside 20% for the
Yeah.
government or whatever. Probably
He was like losing Porsches places. He like parking in parking garages and then be on crack and then go to California, have no idea where his car is.
Yeah, he flipped the car.
Yeah,
Remember
the
that?
dude's where's my-
yeah,
dude, where's my car?
he flipped the car. In,
Dude,
like,
Dude,
California.
where's my car? On crack.
yeah. Man, I really hope she doesn't
Yo,
win.
is Waltz's son
Yes.
mentally
Yes.
disabled?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, that sucks. Everyone was making fun of him. That kid, that was so nice.
They were zooming in on him and all that shit. Like when
Everybody
he's
made fun of
crying.
him. but
Who was
that
making fun of him?
sweetest- Everyone, because he was like crying. He was like,
Look
"That's my
at this
dad,
bitch,
that's my
yeah.
dad." And he was crying.
He's like a
and
special
everyone
needs
was
You
like,
could have probably told that someone screaming, "That's my dad" at that age is probably mentally retarded.
Yeah, well, there was the video of him kind of like.
crying.
You see the video of him
That was
tugging him in,
beautiful.
like.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
the
fucked up, yeah.
video of Walls, it's not so beautiful once
I
you
thought he
watch
was
the
trying
video
to
of
protect
Walls.
his head.
Nah, dude.
Dude,
I thought he was going to hit his head
That's
on
like a
something. and his
pissed
dad
off
fucked
No,
man.
him.
he was on a fucking
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, I know. There was some like a thing hanging down. That's what I heard. It was. I didn't.
I
From
saw
the
it,
liberals, from the liberal elite globalists.
No, I think it might have been from Joey Rogies.
Really?
He yanked his.
Yanked the fuck out of him.
Saved his kid.
But I think everybody owes that boy an apology for making fun.
I
of
know
him.
people were making fun of him.
Yeah, it was
It's
funny. Looking.
dastardly, dude.
It was funny looking. And
They were
screaming
screaming,
out he was
"That's my
mentally
dad."
They were
disabled.
memeing him next to Kyle Rittenhouse, the two of them crying.
Yeah.
I've been there. I get meme next to that all the time, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. I support these bros.
Yeah, they're on an all-out assault. Fucking-
Baron mogs that kid, dude.
Baron's a fucking-
Yeah, did you see Barron playing soccer, dude? He's got feet.
He's good.
He's Peter
Yeah.
Crouch.
He's fucking like
He's gonna hit the
6'9".
robot.
Yeah,
How has he
that's
not contacted you yet?
Who, Baron?
Baron.
I
Yeah.
wish Baron would contact me.
Guys
True.
got to get Trump on. What are you doing with us?
everyone's getting Trump on right now.
You
We
need Trump.
could.
It's. I'm going to get
I don't know how
Kamala.
funny
I need
it is.
Kamala.
Dude,
yeah,
Get
it's already.
Kamala Harris. I'll fuck
I want
Kamala would be
Kamala,
the
bro.
best. If we were her first actual interview,
That would be the funniest shit in the world.
she won't do an interview. She'll only do MSSP.
She should sit down and do like an actual like 2
She's
hour.
doing one where she sits down with
CNN was trash.
Tim Waltz is going to do it with her.
She already
CNN
did
was
it.
trash.
Oh, she did that
Yeah,
one?
she
It
did that on
was insanely
CNN.
bad.
It
That,
was
that shit with the white guy tacos pissed me off.
Yeah.
which one,
She's like, oh, you guys have white guy tacos? What is it? Like no seasoning? That shit.
bro?
Yeah,
She hit
dude.
the no seasoning joke.
Yeah.
Bro,
And then she's like, what is that? Tuna fish and mayonnaise? It's like, bro, that's not a taco anywhere, bro.
She's
yeah,
I could say nasty things about you.
She's making fun of white people.
Yes,
man.
obviously.
she's
What the hell's
trying.
her
It's open season.
It's open season on the
We're
wall.
fucked, dude. White dudes, specifically.
No, it's not.
She was. She led the fucking. She was part of the. The people that put 40% of black-owned businesses out of business during COVID. So
And
Too much
Walls,
seasoning.
Walls was
What's
involved in a $250 million scheme of stealing money for COVID.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Feed families, yeah.
He
Holy
was he
shit.
was only an assistant coach.
No.
Volunteer.
Wait, was he a head coach?
No,
Volunteer.
neither, because he had a DUI because he's a drunk.
He's got
He
DUI?
legally cannot be a coach.
He,
So he,
literally, he might be Phil Gillis. He might be Phil, and I might be the boy.
he
In a
cannot
parallel universe.
I found out he was a volunteer assistant coach. I was like,
volunteer assistant coach.
"That's my dad."
He cannot be an actual coach because of his felony on his record. And
what did he catch in that for?
DUI.
gotta
DUI.
do
Dude, he
it.
was going 96 and like a 30. He was
What?
fucking hammered. Yeah,
Timmy Waltz, bro.
he could do whatever he wants, but yeah, he did that. And then the only other person I know that was like an assistant like that is Larry Nasser. Larry Nassar was an assistant massage therapist for
Jesus.
Wait,
children's.
why are you comparing him to Larry Nassar?
Because I think Tim Walz is a pedophile as a joke. As a joke.
Oh, okay.
A lot of those guys come back from Afghanistan, dude, and they're just not used to speed limits and stuff. So
True.
Oh,
Yeah.
watch
yeah,
out.
he was in Afghanistan.
Long time. Seasoned veteran over there. Definitely didn't completely run once they actually went to war.
I don't know anything about the man.
He did. He said,
He said he was a veteran.
And he did it.
He claimed he held weapons of war in war.
and then he
speech.
said he misspoke. And yeah, that's what that's
he
about.
He stole valor?
He stole valor. He also stole head coach valor, which
Yeah.
is way worse. You can't say you're the head ball coach. Dude. Don't.
Wait,
fuck
so he's
around
been,
with that.
he's
a
been caught
pep talk
fibbing?
guy.
He's been caught fibbing?
a million times.
I mean, he
The
claims
dude-
he does pep talks, but what assistant coach does that? It's a head coach.
Yeah, that's a head coach job. That's
unpaid
crazy.
assistant coach, dude. You've seen him.
Unpaid pep talk.
You've
coach?
seen like that.
By the
doesn't
way, I
exist.
tried to give a pep talk this weekend.
How great was
It's
it?
impossible.
Did you?
Where'd
cry?
you give the pep talk?
In Notre Dame's locker room after the win.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's the perfect stage for the pep
I
talk.
thought so. The lights were too bright.
Did you see Yak give the pep talk?
No.
Kodak Black gave a pep
Oh,
talk
yeah,
to a bunch
yeah,
of kids.
yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
great.
What did you say?
Come on, man. It's locker room talk. That's all fair, bro.
I hear you. I hear you.
And then they all jumped around me and tried to make me dance.
Did you?
I did the same autistic dance I did at the Zach Bryan thing.
You just got
I don't know what happens.
hone it in, bro.
I
Trump
don't know
got
what
it.
happens.
Trump has his dance. You're just
do
getting
have
to your
Trump's.
dance.
You got to own it.
It's a good dance.
It's tough. Locker room speech is really hard.
Yeah,
I thought I had one in me.
You were a captain at one point though,
Yeah.
so you've done it before.
that's
given
post win.
some-
You
yeah.
might be more for adversity.
I also felt like a weirdo being in there. Sure. I felt like a fucking loser being in there.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, dude, it's insane.
It's,
you're in
it's
there.
everything you've ever wanted.
Yeah.
No, you get a little older, you go, what the fuck am I doing here? They're all children. And I'm in there like, good game, guys. Good game. Good
I
job.
forgot how young they are.
They're so young.
They're just kids.
19.
Dude, yeah.
And then they, you know,
I was watching that Steve McNair thing, and Bill's like, why do all the football players go to Dave and Buster's? I'm like, dude, they're like 20.
Yeah, they're young as hell. It'd be funny if you just
then,
turned on them. You're like, what the fuck's your problem, dude? Why are you being so fuck you, dude?
after the speech, taking some pictures and stuff, then, you know, his locker room, boys start
Disrobed.
disrobing. That's it. I gotta get the fuck out.
Dude, I just watched a homeless guy disrobe on Spring Garden Street and wipe his ass. He had like a nub too, dude. I felt bad for him.
I saw a guy peeing on the way
white-
here,
a white
actually,
homeless.
nubbed out.
It's power.
It is.
yeah.
It is powerful.
Without a nub in public is insanity.
It's crazy.
Dude, you just
The
go
locker
like
room also
this.
had like office lighting. Like it was
Yeah.
so bright. The nubs
See
were
the
out.
wrinkles in dudes' dicks and shit.
I wasn't looking, but
Eyes up, eyes up.
me and my
True.
father had to get the fuck out of there.
Phil was in
Phil
there with
was
him.
in there with me.
Did he cry?
No.
Damn.
He was a little grumpy bitch this trip.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
He
just
was
a little-
good during the game, but when he got to my house in Philly, he was like,
Grumped.
"Oh, this place is empty."
Yeah.
Like shit like that. I was like, all right, man.
He probably wants grandkids.
already has
out of
fucking
you.
way too many grandkids.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
does.
probably wants them out of you.
Yeah.
His only begotten son.
He's gonna have to hurry up. I'm gonna have to hurry up because
Don't talk
know.
like that, bro.
I was worried about
Words
the boy.
are
We were in
spells.
the Texas heat.
Words are spells. You sent that
We were
to me, bro.
tailgating in the Texas heat. I was like, Phil, are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. He's dark red, drenched in sweat. I was like, dude, sit down.
90%
Oh my
blockage.
god.
That would be
My
a
dad had the
heavenly
same
way to
shit.
exit.
I was hoping he might have died during the post game.
Yeah, just in the locker room.
Phil
much
had a
around
heart attack
naked
amongst the,
college
boys,
guys.
amongst the nubs, amongst the Notre Dame Irish nubs. Just dead. That's
Buried under the stadium.
Yeah, just let him die. Leave him.
That'd be
Leave him
kind
for
of nice.
the next team.
That'd be kind of
Leave him
nice.
in Aggie land. Leave him in Texas A&M's locker room.
Why was you fucking harshing the vibe in your house?
He was.
Player
Well, it
hating?
was also we had a flight that day.
Was he player hating or was it
He was
like
player hating for real. He had a PhD. It was just the flight, dude. It was the old man versus flight dilemma.
They
Like, Shane,
spaz.
it is 12:30. We got to get moving. And then I'm like, all right, the car's here. He's like, I got to take a shit. We had to wait another 12 minutes. Because I told him, I was like, you can't. Yeah, no flight shits.
dude? I did it recently.
I know. You sent
Nothing,
pics.
bro. Nothing.
Matt, well,
You're up there.
do
You're
you
up
mean
there with
nothing?
bourgeoisie,
If I have
bro.
to shit on the plane, I take a shit on the plane. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, it's nothing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You just rip it.
that's hell.
You know, you just rip it.
can't
It's
do
so small.
it is small. It's cramped quarters, and you tense up. But dude, once
What's
you
the
let
move though? Do you like immediately hit the button once shit comes out so it doesn't smell?
I've never had this
You let
happen.
it sit in the open bowl.
I'm not that long of a shitter, but I'll like just let it
Spade
rip.
recycles his shit on planes. It
once-
goes back through his body.
Once you flush it, then you don't come out right away. Now everyone knows it was a shit. So you just got to shit real quick, get it out
Everyone's gonna know
clean.
it's a shit once you open that door.
Nah, dude, it wasn't that
Must have
bad.
good ventilation,
At least I
though.
think I was used to the smell too.
Yeah, it's
So
not
I
like a bus,
came out, and it's like, yeah, you come out and you're just out. It's not that bad. I shit today at the airport, and
Airport
it
dumps
didn't
are
flush.
nice.
It didn't flush. And I had to just cover the bodies, dude. I had to just lay toilet paper over the bodies, close her eyes.
Zipped it up.
I put pennies on their eyes, dude.
That's tough, dude.
I just
sticks.
walked out. I was out of there. I felt really bad about that. I took a
In
weird
Philly or in Austin?
in Austin. I took a
Which
weird.
toilet? I know all the toilets.
I was up in the
Austin.
American. I was up in the.
you're up in the Admirals.
I was up in the Admirals.
the Admirals.
I left the sailors
quality
not.
dump.
I left the sailors not up there.
This is the best dump. That's
was
the
a-
only point of having like Delta Lounge. Or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Are they
You
nice?
can take a fully walled
Yes,
stall
that's
straight.
exactly what it is.
What else do you get from it?
What do you
get,
need
like,
to get there?
shitty catering food.
You get the worst food. You get coffee.
Like, are you getting like served or like?
No, you got to pick it up yourself. But
It's
then,
like a cafeteria, and you get high school cafeteria. Food.
Okay, I got you.
yeah, and then like
Which
a
actually-
Sudanese
rock.
immigrant will come take your plate, which is kind of
Pretty
cool.
cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Every once in a while, they have good grub out.
What do you
And
need
I'll
to
fucking-
access it?
I don't know.
it's a secret, bro.
I think you have to have American Express.
Bill likes
one?
the finer things, bro.
You probably have it.
Which one? Me and Spade. The
I don't know, dude.
business
I think you just need a wife to
What?
set it up.
Probably platinum.
You just need a girl to set it
Yeah,
up.
you need a girl.
Just a girl set it up for you. I have no idea how it works.
I'll just forget everything.
Just it's a fine print on a credit card. Somehow a girl calls and they go, "Yeah, you can come in now."
Lost my wallet this week.
That's crazy.
Fucking devastating.
You lost your wallet?
It's been years. Yeah.
I'm
Just
dude.
got
Been
my-
going crazy with sobriety.
Just got my Texas ID. Lost my wallet. Yeah, I have been going crazy on sobriety.
He's a fucking maniac.
What's your soap kick right now?
Well, I got drunk last night, but
Commit, slip,
kick,
quit.
dude.
It's commit, it's
We're on a
commit,
good
slip,
kick.
commit.
5 days at a time.
You can still keep your
Just
chip.
working on it.
Yeah.
I got right now. Yeah, I got my chip right now until right when we're done with this podcast. But then we'll get another chip eventually.
Yeah.
True.
You,
Chips will-
like, are you
chips will
fucking
come.
around, or did you actually feel like amazing after
I
5
swear
days?
to God, on day 5, I was like, I think I'm on Adderall.
That's awesome.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, dude, you've been running with an absolute
Yeah.
weighted vest on.
You're just dimming the light inside you by drinking. Dude.
True.
The light's too powerful.
True.
Yeah, but having a couple cold ones is top 5.
It's the best feeling in the world, bro.
It's the number one feeling.
Yeah, it's very nice. Having 2 cold drinks is very nice. It's just the next day sucks. Even after like 2 drinks, I wake up and I'm like,
just gotta
now that I
build
live
it
the
up.
Aura lifestyle, dude, it's a total lie. When
Aura lifestyle.
when they told us that having drinks was healthy for you, like, yeah, have 2 drinks is actually good for you. It's not true at all.
Fucking alcohol lobbies.
So bad for you. That was they pushed that thing through like it was nothing.
What?
The fact that they were like, if you have 2 drinks every day, it's actually good for you.
Yeah, they
not
always
like
say-
it's not the worst thing for you. They go, no, it's actually for the best.
I just need to stop doing cool stuff during the week.
Yeah.
That's the thing that kills me.
The power of no.
The power of no is difficult.
You just keep getting forced to dance everywhere.
Yeah, people bring me out, make me dance. The only way to do that is absolutely obliterated.
I could never do it. Fucking
I had
sober.
a sober tailgate at the Texas A&M Notre Dame game.
What?
Yeah,
What?
How was that?
because everywhere I went, I was getting attacked.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I
I
just had
can't
to walk around.
talk to you on the phone.
Oh, like
once every 5
celebrity
seconds.
attack?
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks, man.
it does actually suck.
I actually,
It really does.
Listening to it
actually
on the
suck.
phone sucks.
dude, I was in Jersey. I was in Jersey, and I'm like walking up to check out at Walgreens, and this dude's like fucking eyeing me up. I'm like, what the fuck's this dude's problem? And then he waited outside for me. He's like, are you Andrew? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I love you guys. But I was
Hell
the whole
yeah.
time I was like pissed off. Like, what the fuck's this dude's problem?
Yeah, I hit the head nods.
Thought he
on
wanted to
people.
fight you.
Then I was like, I should have asked that dude what his name was. Like, I have 0 people skills. I just freeze up. I'm like, oh, all right, dude, cool, later.
I got
Nah,
hit.
I
Today
watched-
I got a good one. Today
What?
I was walking and a group of children started chasing me. They're like, sir. And I thought they were like, so I got out of the way. We were on the sidewalk and then they all came around. They're like, we're doing a scavenger hunt. Can we take a picture with you?
That's awesome.
And I was like, I'm on a fucking scavenger hunt? And I looked at it. It was like guy in Phillies jersey. I was like, oh, all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw John Cena talk about this problem on the Club Shay Shay podcast.
Oh, yeah, backshot king.
Backshot King.
What do you mean?
He talked about how people come and approach him, and he goes, "Bro, it's just part of the territory." He's like, "I got to do it." He goes,
Yeah.
"Sometimes I'm not the day we were saying like I should have been better." He goes, "Sometimes I'm not the best at it. I try to be the best,
I have
but
zero
Dude, he ripped
practice.
someone's asshole open one time. Like they tried to take a picture with him, and John Cena just lays the fuck into him. The dude's being a douchebag. And like John Cena just fucking lets him have it.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He
I
was.
only had
Isn't
one
it
bad one
Modine?
ever.
Oh,
What?
It's Modine, right?
Yeah, it's Modine.
it's
Modine from London or whatever that. Arab
Cena
dude.
gets like
Boozy
60. Cena will do like 60 pictures. If he goes anywhere, he's like, I do about 60 pictures. God damn,
Cena
Cena.
must get destroyed.
Yeah, and it's around the world too. He can't
Yeah.
get. There's nowhere he can go.
I think we went up to Boston to interview Shiva, and it was the Monday after WrestleMania, bro. That must be insane. I saw them all. They
Oh,
were
yeah,
all
we
in the
drove-
airport.
we drove
fucking
by,
chill.
yeah.
All the Lemaires.
Dude, they were going crazy.
Full
They were
airport
still
Lemaires.
dressed up like wrestlers on Monday going home. I was like,
It's
this
a
is
fun life, dude.
It's so cool.
one of the best.
Yeah.
It's completely letting
I
go.
only ever had one spaz.
What you're like?
It was at the first show. Did I talk about this on here before? It was the first Helium back. There's like autograph guys that come.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I just had, it was 100 fucking degrees in the room. I bombed. I was so mad. I was like, I just want to fucking go home.
Sign an
And
autograph
I had
after
to
you
walk
bomb.
outside and sign autograph. And then most of the time, the autograph guys, they don't go to the show or have any idea who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
saw
I
this.
just stand
yeah.
there and I'm like, sign autographs. And then they need pictures with the autograph. And I was just I was in a nasty mood. I just bombed. And I was signing it. And I was like, he was like, you were great in Billions. Because Soder was on the show with me. I was like, you read the wrong fucking bio. I was like, you don't even know who I am. Why are you doing this?
They did that at the beginning of the new.
It's not that bad.
No, and then he was like, can I get a picture? And I was like, no, I'm going home. And he was like, oh, fucking tough guy, huh? You big
insane.
fucking big shot.
That's
huh?
how the new
He was
Adam
like,
Sandler
fucking
thing
jerk
starts
off.
out.
Really?
I was like, all right.
Whoa.
Yeah, the new Adam Sandler special starts
The Adam
out with
Sandler
that.
thing gets it right. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they bring a kid. They always have a kid.
That's
Most
crazy.
of the time they're great, but I did feel bad. I should have just taken the fucking picture.
But so who are the autograph guys? Are they like just there?
just autographs.
They're just selling autographs?
yeah.
There's paparazzi people now.
50 a crowd.
Helium, they might get you tonight.
Nah, they're not getting my
They
ass.
will.
They might, dude.
I bet
Easy
they
up,
do.
bro.
I fly under the radar.
No, that's. I walked by when someone else was there, and they started fucking nailing me.
Really?
Pause.
Nah, do you know what I'm worried about right now? Apparently, there's a bunch of kidnappings in Texas.
Texas Killing Fields?
No, just like there. Apparently, in Texas, what can happen if the lady is with a kid by themselves? This could just be girl talk. But Brittany went out with her like
Facebook groups.
Well, they went out with her. Like a bunch of her like mom friends went out together. It's funny because they all went out to dinner and just scared each other. They're like, oh, I heard this, and they all came back like. Ah.
Let's get Uber
But they were
Blacks
saying that
back
like a
home.
dude, like two of them said they've either
They
one
love
did firsthand, the other said they heard of like a friend had happened to, where someone just came out of an SUV and was like coming towards them. They had to like dip back into their car. Apparently, they see women, they snatch kids, and like your kid's just gone.
This is the same shit as people like, I know someone who died of COVID. Like, oh yeah, who is it? It's my uncle's friend.
No,
Yeah,
the
nobody knows
the
the
one
fuck.
person is her friend. I've met this lady. She was like, yeah, someone was like, get back in your car. And then she saw a guy with a ski mask hopping out of a van.
I think
She
chicks
claimed it.
love this stuff.
I
They
think
do love it.
Medication.
But then,
might
dude,
be a little
I was in
crazy.
my room all fired up, being like, dude, if I see fucking any guy in a parking lot, I'm gonna. And I just imagine just murdering Mexican guys in a parking lot.
That's
for
what
like
the-
for like an hour and a half. I was like speaking Spanish, like "Te quiero, mi fucking niños."
Yeah.
Just, dude, it was I
You're
couldn't
building a
sleep.
wall.
I lay there for an hour.
That wall's to keep
It's just a
them in.
cartel. It's just a bad need.
That
It's-
wall's to keep them in America. They're in here with Matt.
Yeah.
They're trapped
You
now.
gotta go to Aurora, bro.
I was fully in my head being like, dude, could I fully battle the cartel? I was like, I'd probably get the military if I went down there, bro. I just went nuts, just laying there at night trying to sleep, being like, so if the guy came, then I jumped into a car. There's a half an hour of like, could I stop a guy driving a car? Like, could I incapacitate him and then take over the wheel before I crash? Because obviously there's a
I
kid in
couldn't
the
do
car.
anything to anybody.
I was just making it all up in my head. I'll do this for like 40 minutes. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, if someone took my kid, could I jump into a car
It's dad
and
mode.
fight them at 60 miles an hour?
Yeah.
It was fun. I did it for like the
You
whole
gotta
night.
go to Chicago.
What, are they taking kids
The
to Chicago?
Venezuelans are shooting up O Block right now and saying, fuck all of you. They're just coming from Venezuela and firing guns into O Block. I'm like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you're not going to come down here. And the Venezuelans immediately went there and just started spraying bullets into their fucking street.
Yeah, I mean, the rest
And
of
they're
the
in Aurora, Colorado.
The rest of the world's pretty bad. That's the thing. It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
I predicted this years ago. I'm like, dude, we're going to get a heavy wave of immigrants, and they're not going to be very sensitive to the Black American plight.
They've been dealing with white people for too long. We get robbed. Like, no, it's fine. Just take it. It's I don't need the money anyway.
I got yesterday.
Really?
I was walking home and a group of teens, doesn't matter
Yeah,
their race, or
obviously.
anything.
Indian.
A group of
Indian boys.
and I saw them coming. I said, all right, well, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
will be fine. And then one of the kids started talking to me, and I had headphones in, so I was like, "What was that? I couldn't hear you." And he was like, "No." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you." And he's like, "I'd cream pie you." I was like, all right. Just kept walking.
He threatened to take your
Gotcha.
cheeks.
Yeah, in front of all his friends. He said he was going to come inside of me.
That's tough, dude.
No, I just laughed and kept walking. And then I think his one boy either called
hilarious.
his one boy either called him gay or me gay. I couldn't tell. He's like, yo, he gay.
Yeah, I watched a Road Little Black.
That was just my Indian impression. But,
Little black kid said he's gonna cream pie.
yeah, this is the most. I had the most autistic walk home. It was that, and all I did was laugh. He was just like, "Cream pie." I go, "Oh," and then just walk away. And then this girl who lives near me has this dog I see every single day. And I was like, "I see this dog all the time. What's that dog's name?" And she was like, "I'm on the phone." I was like, okay, that was a block down.
Yeah,
After you were told you're going to be cream pied.
I
I see this dog every day.
was like, "This is a great dog. What's that dog's name?" And she was like, I was like, all right, I'm going inside for the rest of my life, dude. I can't go outside.
yeah. Some lady outside that like works the park just hit me with, "Your haircut looks nice." And my response was like, "Ah." And I just walked to my truck like, what the fuck did I say? It's not words.
Yeah, some dude came down my driveway the other day, like, you know, Indian dude had a fucking shin guard, a soccer shin guard on his arm.
What?
Is he actually Indian? Or is the dog going
Crazy
young?
person, dude, right? And my gut reaction was just, whoa! And he was like, oh, and just walked away.
I love the
Well,
load
Seeing the
up.
dude
I
in
didn't-
padding is kind of scary.
I didn't spring action at all.
I was doing that earlier today. That's
Were you?
funny.
That's a good.
Well, that was the first step.
Probably
You would have
thinking.
went fear and then anger and then aggression.
Yeah.
So you were charging
I was
up.
in the beginning of it.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
charging up. You went, "Ah!"
Super
I
Saiyan.
thought of all the funny things I could have said to that young Indian boy after he said, he was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
come. Fuck.
So I could come in you.
I had kids.
You can handle
Some
all
really
this
good comebacks,
little
quippy
boy.
comebacks.
But there's no comeback because you could get your ass.
Yeah,
You
or
could
you
get
get
attacked.
you can be seen being like, "I'll come in your little fucking ass." And then it's like you're fried. You're done. Nobody's
coming
coming.
you and all your little
No one
friends.
ever watches the first half of the video,
True.
dude. Some of you in a black teen's face and be like, "I'll come in your fucking ass," and everyone's like, "Whoa!"
Riots because of you.
It's the last thing you need.
I got harassed again.
My
I was
buddy got
getting
fucking
harassed.
pepper sprayed by a group of Indians on his first Tinder date. So he was just walking on his first date and got fucking pepper sprayed for no reason. Then he hit the ground. I was like, dude, that sucks. And then they finished the date.
That's a good day.
They were on their way to eat and got pepper sprayed.
That shit fucking hurts, man.
Fucking probably.
Did the babe get hit too?
Both of them got pepper sprayed in the face by like fat black girls.
Damn.
That hurts.
Evil pepper sprayed Natalia.
True, dude.
It was probably just regular pepper spray. The white people just couldn't handle all
Please
that
watch.
spice.
Yeah, true.
True, yeah.
Probably tune in mayo.
It's probably just tahine. It's probably just tahine.
Did you watch A Curious Case in Natalia Grace?
Not yet. No, I got to see it.
I'd
You
send it
have
to
to
Matt.
watch it.
Yeah.
You have to watch it. I
will.
asked you.
I heard it's awesome.
That sounds like a pretty great premise.
It's unreal. It is.
How much does this person really look like a little girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they have like the Benjamin Button set up or like
Not
what's?
just a midge.
Nah.
Oh, they're a midget.
Yeah. It's dwarf.
You can fucking ID a midge, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
This
but
was-
Not if they're in
Just
footies.
watch it.
If they're in
Shane,
footies,
we
Is it a
can't.
skinny midge?
We literally
'Cause
can't talk about it. 'cause
It's a
It's all
fucking roller
spoilers,
coaster,
but
yeah.
it is sinister.
All
It's sinister, bro.
You won't know
Like,
what
you know
to
all
think.
that true crime stuff? This one blew my mind. I've seen a ton of
Have you
shit.
seen American Nightmare?
Yes.
That was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
yeah.
Half time. Spoiler alert. We're gonna ruin it. When she comes walking back in American Nightmare.
Yes, dude.
And you're just like, this fucking lying bitch.
Yeah.
That's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
So then if you stop watching, you're like, yeah, that dumb bitch.
Yeah,
She got kidnapped and raped.
It's kind of the same deal with this one, where the first episode you're like, "Fuck this dwarf," and then it's like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck this door.
Shane started sending me fucking Instagram reels about withholding and how it is horrible for relationships.
yes, dude.
There aren't only just physical forms of abuse. There's mental.
Other
do
forms
you
of
mean?
sexual abuse, withholding it.
So you're talking about withholding from your woman?
My
Nah,
boy
other way.
Mike got withheld from his girl Evil.
Oh, you're talking about how women withhold from you and how that's abuse. That is abuse.
Commonly known as dead bedroom. Happens to a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
He got addicted to porn because of that.
Yeah, a wee
it's
bit
not his
addicted.
fault. That's not his fault at all.
Then she would use the porn against him.
Oh,
like
it's
you're
crazy.
a pervert. Look at what you're looking at.
It's a good rabbit hole. I'm in that rabbit hole right now.
What?
That's on my algorithm.
What?
Is that?
Oh, withholding? I thought
It's
porn.
withholding, and then Christian couples being like, how we beat our husband's porn addiction. There's a guy like,
Yeah, that's the name of the game is withholding.
What?
It's a challenge,
Never chased. Dan Bilzerian said that.
Yeah, for real.
dude.
Was that the Vegas shooting?
Yes.
Sure, he did rescue
Dude, you know
people.
what's
guy.
fucking crazy? Who the hell was just talking about him? Someone was talking about Jason Aldean. I think it was Patrick Bet David was saying, dude, Jason Aldean couldn't go out for like 2 years because of the fucking shooting and never talks about it. And then Tuck just had him on talking about the shooting.
Tuck's been having some rogue dudes.
Oh,
on.
yeah. Churchill's the bad guy. Hear that?
I like that dude's podcast. I listen to that guy's podcast.
I
all the time.
haven't seen
Sounds
it
like it's
yet.
right up your alley.
I love this.
Revision
these guys,
history.
Yeah. Hey man, just hear the other side.
Speaking of numbers and stuff, you ever look at? Have you checked out the numbers over there in Israel Palestine these days?
Oh, what are they looking like?
Not good, bro.
Pretty
Well,
bad.
It's like
They've
at
dropped
least 40,000 killed and like
40,000 killed.
10,000 children.
Now,
Oh,
how many were killed on October 7th? Just curious, real quick.
It's never eye for an eye. But
I'm not saying it's eye for an
I
eye.
think it was 1,700.
1,700, and that's like 20. How many? Netanyahu says like 20 something
I think
9/11s in one day. So what's 40,000?
1,700 is one 9/11.
No. You're
even-
doing the math
Oh,
wrong.
per
You're doing
capita.
the Israeli math per capita. It's about 20 some 9/11s.
This is like it's 2 lanes.
yeah, and 40,000. I guess their lives don't.
I don't know.
matter.
I think I read a statistic that was like 70% of Palestinians
children.
lost a family member in this.
You know what's crazy though? If you start checking out like the beginning of World War II, this is like how it rolls up.
Really?
Like they got books when you can read a book and they'll start talking about like 1930, like early 30s, and it's like this war's happening over here, this is happening over here, and then
Yeah, of
like
course.
all the guys that are in power now, forget them. Then there's gonna be other dudes, and then you're gonna get your Hitler, you're gonna get your fucking Stalin, all those dudes.
yeah.
He's
I'm just
the
going to vote
worst.
for whichever candidate in America seems like they're going to de-escalate.
Yeah,
World War
yeah.
III.
True. You know who it
So
is.
I'll do my research.
You can do your research.
Do my
Come on,
research.
won't.
Yeah, I watched this movie on Churchill where the dad from Succession is it, and he's fighting with his wife, and his wife just fucking slaps him, dude. It's nice.
Wait, what happened?
His fight, like, it's a movie about Churchill on D-Day, and he's fighting with his wife the whole fucking time. And he's like losing his
who's
mind.
the actor in it?
The
Is it
guy,
Brendan
the dad from Succession.
The old man. From
Oh, yeah.
Succession.
Yeah.
He plays Churchill.
He's Churchill, dude, and he's like fighting with his wife, and like he just wants to
hits
be the
him.
man. He wants to be a war hero, and she fucking slaps him. It's hilarious.
Damn.
They hype up Churchill in some good movies.
Yeah.
The Darkest Hour
Never saw it.
fucking rules.
I just watched History of Violence. That fucking rules.
I
Viggo
never saw it.
Mortensen.
I never saw it. I heard it's good.
Vigo's
Is there
good.
like a pussy eating on the steps scene?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Full out fuck on the steps.
Yeah, I heard
What
about
movie is
that.
this?
A History of Violence.
That's Aragorn, brother.
Viggo
They're going to
Mortensen.
eat some pussy on
Yeah.
on a staircase.
He's from Philly.
Maria Bello.
How many steps?
It's a whole full staircase. 12 at least.
Too funny if it's just like a 2-step porch.
No, it was literally like a turn and 12 steps going
Like
up.
Joker steps?
Full blown. No.
Joker
In the
steps.
house.
Inside.
Wooden steps, yes.
Winding staircase or just
He must have got
classic
so
suburban
hard so
turn?
fast because he's just right in there.
Oh, yeah. True. The steps would be you'd have.
It's like you gotta have
So
such
much
a
push off, yeah.
so much push immediately.
Steps.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie
Hard
Little
as a
Children?
nail. What's that?
Did you ever see Little Children?
I don't remember.
He
it.
like banged some lady's wife on a washing machine. Pretty sick.
Vigo?
No, it's Little Children. You ever see that movie about like the pedophile in the pool?
No.
I've never even heard of
Dude,
it.
Little Children's a sick movie.
What?
Yeah, there's this guy, he's a pedo, and he's just like, he wears snorkel. He wears like a snorkel and goggles in the pool, and everyone's
Damn,
like, get
dude.
this motherfucker.
I think I remember this now that you're
The
saying
movie's
it.
really
Yeah,
good. It's
yeah.
about like a guy who's a stay-at-home dad and a stay-at-home mom, and they kind of all they have an affair. But yeah, he
Dude,
bangs.
they're running fucking ads on Pornhub right now. Allegedly, someone told me fucking
What are you doing on the hub?
there's
He's over 18, dude.
if you got fucking if you got hurt by fucking fire extinguisher foam, you are likely to get a claim.
Really?
Yeah, when you're being it's just have you been injured by
It's
fire?
like some Camp Lejeune shit.
It's insane. What the fuck
That'd be
am I
hilarious if
doing?
they start doing like old people ads on Pornhub.
They're going to 100. percent
we're gonna
Yeah, it's coming.
In fact, my arm has hurt since then.
It's just we all decked out in like copper bracelets.
It's been nice being in Philly, having the hub back.
Having the hub.
My old friend.
What happens when you guys try to get on it? I
You
mean,
got to just
if you've heard from other
there's
people.
a screen that says you got to like show your ID.
Do you ever?
No, I think
No,
I
never.
think in Texas it's like you have to be like a content creator.
Dude, join like
I'm gonna have to
RH
create
East.
some content.
RH East.
Hunter Biden.
RH East. Hunter Biden's porn account.
Why don't you just read? Why don't you just read erotic literature?
You couldn't just
Lit-
wank
literotica.
to that.
Yeah, just read it literotica. Read like a nice.
do that.
I do.
Girls, every single girl that reads a book does that.
Yeah.
Any woman that is reading, dude,
if you
it's
go to
all
New York-
erotica.
It's most of the
You
book
get-
market now.
Fucking
Yeah, if
crazy.
you go to New York on the subway, black chicks will just openly read it. I'm like
Erotica.
watching them read like erotica, very big letter print.
Dude, every book girls read now is just fucking
It's porn,
sexual
yeah.
situations. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. Makes me sad. Nicole
no.
Kidman's in that new movie.
What new movie?
Nicole Kidman's like bearing it all again. She's doing like a crazy fuck scene where like she has sex with her husband, fakes an orgasm, but then she has to sneak in her own little room where she like watches BDSM porn and frigs off. The boomers are gonna lose their shit when this comes out.
Would you bang Nicole Kidman?
Are you kidding me?
Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder.
So
Nicole
hot, eyes
Kidman.
wide shut.
Yeah. Obviously,
get
I
it.
would like to. Yes.
Have sex with Nicole Kidman.
What do you? Would you?
Yes, obviously.
So what the hell are you asking me for? Why
I
are
think
you
it's
putting that on
funny.
me?
You might see her one day.
I was JK. It's a comedy podcast.
Yes, I'd fuck her now.
Say
That's
allegedly.
not funny. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Very
it's kind
funny,
of.
actually.
Guard dog edited out the part where I talked about autographs and photos. Edit that out.
True, good call. Dude, I gotta tell you guys, I absolutely bombed my 11 with three, or bombed my interview with 311.
Oh, is it?
How bad is that?
Are you not gonna put it out?
I put it out.
Put it out.
Oh, okay.
But I bombed it, dude. I like for
Show
real.
your mistakes.
Huh?
Show your mistakes.
You gotta
Yeah.
show your
Yeah.
mistakes, bro. As an interviewer, I didn't have anything prepared. I showed up and was like,
Just rubber eraser.
"We're gonna hit it off right away." They were cool,
Yeah.
but I would just ask
It
them.
was too chill.
I had nothing to ask them, and I was like, make up stuff to say to them. They'd be like, "Right on, man."
It's so hard
dude.
to
I'd be like,
interview a music, musician.
You're getting
Yeah.
your bearings, dude. Interviewer.
I know. It
You
was just
might become
making
the
it was
ultimate
making me
interviewer.
laugh because I was like, Brittany called me because like I had stayed home for a day to do it. She's like, was it worth staying home? I'm like, dude, I actually don't really feel great about this right now. If you could please, I fucked up my interview with 311. If you could please just lay off me. Right
No idea the pressure I'm under.
Yeah, but then you came to Philadelphia and we enjoyed oysters.
True, but it was very funny.
gross,
dude.
Very funny.
Oysters
Like,
are
I'm serious.
gross.
I didn't do my 311 interview that well, and I'd appreciate it if you got off my
We were all
back.
mixed up. At that point.
Don't know what to do. Did you talk about Amber?
Yeah, he actually had a very sick line when I was asked. I asked him like, was there any song you had that like surprised you that took off? And he was like Amber, and I was like, he's like, it was the first time we had a song that like got a almost overwhelmingly female kind of feedback.
Damn, dude.
And I said, yo, what were the how'd that work out? How'd you like that like female fan base?
What about Teenage
flaring?
Boys, too?
The dude goes, Amber's the color of my energy, bro. And I was like, God damn, dude, you tell me you took down all the babes, dude.
Rainstorm.
Just
Take me away from the norm.
dude. Rainstorm of stoner babes too.
Oh,
They're
God.
the hottest, dude.
Stoner
Dreadlocks,
babes, yeah. Just he just
What?
got
Smell like patchouli.
Oh, I just heard a thing about an evil hippie.
What?
Speaking of evil hippies, I saw there's like that Alaskan Airlines pilot that tried to take that plane down.
No.
what?
Yeah, I was listening to Tim Dillon. It was on Tim's podcast. He was talking about there was a guy that was like you know how sometimes they sit on like the fold down chair in the
Yeah.
cockpit. This guy just lost his mind while he was up there. He was like, nothing's right.
Saw the black dog.
Reached for a fucking thing to try to.
Holy
tried
shit.
to take down the
Stewardess,
entire
a
plane.
stewardess or the
No,
pilot?
he was a pilot. There was
Fuck.
2 pilots on there. He was just riding with them.
He's a
He tried
plant.
to-
He's a
tried
plant to take down white pilots.
he saw
He
the
tried to take down the pilot.
saw the black dog,
the plane.
dude.
Why?
But he was talking about, he's like, I've been taking some mushrooms. I've been working on stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
like,
did see
bro,
that.
Oh, I remember hearing about this.
you
Yeah.
better chill on the psychedelics.
Yeah.
That's how you sit on a plane and go, I'm not here right now. Nothing's real. The only way
Everything
to
is
find out
mental.
So he was on the mushies as co-pilot.
He was calling them magic mushrooms too.
Intrusive.
I was
thoughts
at the bar
one.
with my buddy Ricky, and these 2 chicks came
I don't
in.
think this guy got any jail time.
Really?
That's freaking. He should be life in prison.
Well, he's trying to better himself through microdosing.
You should be in prison if you try to kill everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
That's probably
Yeah.
some dude hired by Pfizer to
150
say all of
attempted
this.
murders.
Did he actually do it, or he like really
No,
he
he
pulled?
like went for it.
was
They had to, like,
was a
hold him
pilot like,
down.
whoa, what the
Everyone
hell?
had to like hold him back.
yeah, you should be arrested.
I'm fucking
He
tripping
should
my
be in jail for a
balls
very
off.
long time.
Definitely, yeah.
Or at least deep. He's deep. They took his wings.
Yeah, but now he goes around and gives.
He's a bus driver.
He's a bus driver just every day, just
What's his speeches? What's he do?
about pilots' mental health.
I mean, this guy
Guy
probably
goes
got
around
paid
and gives seminars.
bank from Pfizer.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know what? I was on magic mushrooms.
Dude, there's a chance though he was like kind of an unstable dude who kind of like heard about microdosing from the internet and like, dude,
They shouldn't be
you
pilots.
take a little bit too much and you're up in the sky and you've never really done anything like that before. I could see him being like, what's the point
Dude,
of this?
I was chilling with Ricky at the bar, and these 2 chicks rolling. They're like in their 40s, and they were there for a divorce party, and like they were boozing and like trying to hit on every dude in the bar. And then they're like, "We have chocolates." And I was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here, dude."
That must be
You get two
hell,
chicks at a
dude.
divorce party on mushrooms. That's hell.
There's a divorce party.
They throw
yeah, they
divorce
throw-
Oh,
parties.
they do them
yeah.
now. Yeah, like bachelor parties. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough,
It's
brother.
tough, dude.
Getting the groove back.
Bunch of fucking fools.
How are they-
Because
How they-
they're out of the game. They're coming back in, you know, and it's like, dude, you guys should
slowly
retire.
enter.
Yeah.
How are they looking?
Not good.
They'll just get mauled by some like 23-year-old psycho on Tinder for 3
Yeah, I
days.
was about to say.
I think we should work things out.
They came back and they're like, I haven't checked in on YouTube for a while. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a
Get cum in their
It's so
face. Like,
dark,
what the fuck?
dude.
yeah. They're entering a very different.
All I keep thinking about, there's some dude out there that doesn't know this is going on.
What do you mean?
They're like, like some dudes out there like doesn't know his ex chick's having a divorce party at a bar.
Oh, dude, I
Anytime
think
you're
it's
away
pretty
from
common, man.
What,
I
really?
think yeah, chicks get divorced now, and it's like divorce party with the girls.
Oh, fuck.
It's a big deal. They like advertise like we throw bachelor parties, divorce parties.
I think it depends how the
Also,
divorce
like,
went.
be surprised how much that guy might not give a fuck.
Yeah, I was
either.
gonna say that guy's probably like.
Yeah, I have no
Of
experience.
course she is.
Yeah, got your
cares?
fucking bitch battle axe 40-something-year-old wife out there being like, I'm celebrating at the Bennigan's. Like,
That's
have fun,
exactly
you
what it was, yeah.
motherfucking.
We had dick straws.
Yeah,
They all cry.
Although
And
that
then
would
there's-
get you on the plane if that's going on the ground, you're on the fucking plane on the
Yeah,
mushrooms,
you sit
just being
there.
like, well, I got to find this TGI Fridays to just fucking 9/11 it.
Me and 200 of my friends are coming.
I mean, that
Bringing
is,
200 souls with me.
when you say it like that, it's crazy they didn't arrest that guy.
I think he should be in jail for.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was
man,
a little
put 'em in
fucked
a-
up for a while.
If you try to kill that many people,
Yeah, no, you can't give talks. At
What's
least
that speech?
I mean, serial killers don't put up those kind of numbers.
true.
Yeah.
And also could put him in the cooler, at least like a mental hospital for like a couple years, dude.
Yeah,
Lock
you-
that boy up.
Like that Buffalo Bill house.
Yeah, that's sick. You can
Yeah,
say
that's
at
a
Buffalo
big
Bill's
one,
house.
dude. That was a terrorist attack.
that was.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a heavy bug out, though. Maybe the judge was lenient and be like, "Were you fucking bugging, bro?"
You know, we're talking mushrooms, bro. Was it chocolates, dude? Because sometimes those batches are fucking weird.
Penis heavy's tough, dude.
Oh shit, you were bugging. It's all good.
Yeah, Matt, you can rent Buffalo Bill's house as an
From Silence of the
Airbnb.
Lambs.
Dude,
Yeah.
Rainey's into this. Rainey stayed in the
should.
hotel room for the you know, the lady from Monster.
Yeah, yeah.
He like rented. He like stayed in that
I
hotel
never knew
room.
that was a real show. Like that was based on. a
Oh,
true
that
story.
was based on a
Yeah.
real lady. Yeah.
I never knew that.
No, that was a real lady.
Charlize
Rainey and Del
Theron.
Calo and Matera stayed in her like hotel that she had
Oh, this
shacked
is
up
what-
on. So that was terrifying too. It was like a very, very bad
Ex-pilot,
neighborhood.
ex-pilot who tried to shut off engine mid-flight on psychedelic mushroom trip gets released from jail with orders to keep away from aircrafts.
Well, that's a good
That's
step.
his. That's
yeah.
his punishment.
But that was
really
his dream.
thought
Keep
about
away from
landing
those
it.
planes.
I've been there in a trash truck.
Are you talking about the Sky King?
Yeah.
Sky King is
That
it's
was-
such a nice video.
People hate that shit. They're like,
I
I don't know
love
why
Sky
guys
King,
are
dude.
obsessed with him. Like, what the fuck is people's obsession? It's like, dude, it's the greatest
the most
audio
beautiful-
recording.
That's
I've ever heard in
hilarious,
my
dude.
life.
So you think this thing can do a barrel roll? They're like, please don't do that. They're like, you gonna land this? He's like, I'm gonna try to hit a barrel roll and then probably nosedive it and call it a night. Sick.
It's a beautiful clip.
How close did that guy get to killing? Did he like? Was he like actually pulling for it? Or was he like, I'm
I
gonna
think he was
fucking kill
pulling
him?
for it. I don't think he said he was gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's gotta suck.
There
He was
can't-
just on his junior wheel, and the real pilot was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck are you doing, dude?" He's like, "I'm fucking crashing it."
No attempted murder charges for pilot.
there can't be like that easy of a kill switch on a plane. I feel like there has to be some sort of like two hands on both buttons on both sides
No,
of the
dude.
cockpit.
No way, because if
You
one of
can
them goes
hijack-
down, yeah, you can't. You got to have one. You know what I mean? If like if
never
one
thought
goes
of it
down,
like that.
you can't put both the keys at the same time, like a mystical thing. Be
You
like,
get the
"All right, two
stewardess
keys."
in there. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Oh my god, this is crazy.
Flight 93.
That shit is insane and weird.
Yeah, Mr. Emerson acknowledged that in trying to wake himself from what he believed was a dream, he reached up in the cockpit and pulled on the plane's two fire suppression handles, which are designed to shut down both engines in an emergency.
Kill yourself.
Damn.
Well,
dude.
he got inceptioned.
Yeah.
Dream
within
with
He
a
should have
dream.
spun a top.
That was his. Yeah, that's his totem. My totem's a violent plane crash. The fuck?
That is crazy,
Lock her up.
No, I appreciate it. It like
What a
it
book.
changed everything. Yeah.
dude. That shit was unbelievable.
Thank you.
Glad you're alive. I'm glad you sent me the thing, and I'm like, all right. I started like I read a sample chapter, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking. I've always wanted. For people who don't know, you basically lived for a period on Skid Row.
Yeah.
And that's not the whole story is like, how you got there, how you started off, blah, blah, blah. But Jesus Christ, for my like perverted voyeuristic brain, I was like, I can actually like get some boots on the ground account of that, because you just drive by it and you're like, Jesus Christ. So that for me was very satisfying, which, you know, I'm sure it's like, thanks, dickhead. I really was always curious what that was like.
Well, everyone's curious. I mean, everyone sees Skid Row. Everyone sees these homeless junkies, and like one finally made it out and is like, can read words and write words and stuff.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
So so I wrote it, and I try to make it funny, because a lot of people write these like drug memoirs, and they're really, you know, like Hunter Biden's memoir is probably not funny.
No.
And
unless you're against the Bidens, and you're like, ha ha.
Well, of course, yeah.
Actually, he does a good job at swaying people. I'm like, yeah, Joe Biden is a good fucking. Yeah. Maybe he is. I don't fucking know.
Maybe he is.
But
maybe
it wasn't.
Hunter is.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. Hunter's was not. Really
you read
fun.
it?
Yeah, I read Hunter's. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm on a big autobiography kick, man. I read them all. Although I feel like, and you know, forgive me, but I think there could have been aspects of his that might have been politically pressured to kind of like paint a certain light.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't write it either.
That's another big one.
Yeah, so I wrote it, and
Although
listen,
he was pretty productive, man. You know, he was blasting. He was just ripping crack. He could have just.
He could have, yeah. What's crazy is I was just in Boston, and I like went through all my personal stuff, and I found all my dad's shit, because my dad was a crackhead, and I got taken away when I was 12, and then he just went like full Hunter Biden. He got these camcorders, and I have like 20 hours of footage. No dicks or anything, or not yet. I've only watched like 2 hours.
What's his footage? So it's non-sex tapes. It's just him.
It's like him and my mom like smoking crack and like being paranoid, and like him doing drug deals and like setting up the camera on his like little Ford Taurus, because he's paranoid.
True,
and it's like him like filming his closet, and he's like, the CIA has like summoned a demon to live in my closet. It's like really crazy.
How many
shit.
hours of this footage do you have?
I have like 20 tapes. Yeah.
Damn.
So that'll probably be the subject of like the next book, or like a documentary.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be a wild doc. Yeah. Damn, maybe he was just reviewing the tapes, trying to get better at drug dealing, and be like, I could have been a little more careful right there in that parking lot. I could have.
Well, I think he was just really paranoid and was filming everything. And I think crack does make you voyeurist, or it makes you start filming for some reason. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, but this is like 2001, like with a camcorder.
I could see that. If you wake up and you're like, damn, last night was a movie, dude. I got to record the next one.
And he's like learning how to edit. It was like editing on the camera, like doing swipes and stuff. So it's like him smoking crack, and then there's just like a swipe of a picture of a crack pipe. He's like doing like iMovie shit from 2001.
So you're going to go through all that footage?
I'm going to go through all. Yeah, I went through like 2 hours of it already.
Damn, what was that like? That must have been kind of charged.
I mean, I know I'm laughing, and I know this is a comedy podcast, you know, but yeah, it's dark.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
fucking dark.
Yeah, man.
But,
oh my God. Yeah, that would, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Did you submit for America's Funny Some Videos yet?
I mean,
and your dad passed recently?
My dad passed. Yeah.
Sorry
Not from crack. Yeah. He cleaned up. Yeah. But thank you. Yeah. R.I.P. So this is a weird way to be introduced to my dad, but
yeah.
And I hope there's no dicks or any like. I'm just praying that there's no like sexual stuff. But
yeah, you can. Blur.
He wasn't like that.
You can blur him for the doc.
Yeah.
that would be pretty rugged, dude.
Yeah.
It's also a. I don't know. There is something heart. It's your parents, you know. It's your dad. So there's something like heartwarming about watching it, but it is.
Yeah.
It's utterly twisted.
Well, what's really fucked up is like I remember them on drugs. So seeing them on drugs is like heartwarming.
Yeah,
which
that makes
fucked
sense.
up.
Yeah, it's very fucked up.
But you know, it's good footage.
That would be a pretty stellar doc.
Yeah, HBO, if you're listening, you know.
Yeah, and if there's any part of you that's like, is it right? It's like, dude, I always say yes.
Yeah.
They owe it to you.
Yeah.
If he recorded the crack footage, don't waste it. Be like, should I really put them out there like that? I would say yes. Not in a bad way, but it's like, it's your story to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was doing that and my kids had all that footage, I'd be like, yeah, dude, fuck it. You can do anything with this, please.
No, and it shows them in like a pretty good light. I mean, they're good. They were good people, you know? So like they're like having conversations and talking about cool shit and like, you know, dragons living in the closet and all that. So, so it is funny. It is dark, but you know, unfortunately, that's all the footage I have of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, most people don't have any. I have no videos really of my parents, so.
I know, you don't really think about that. So fortunately, they were crackheads and got really into camcorders.
That's pretty sick, dude. I might hire a full-time camera crew of my parents now. Catch their just catch their remaining year, just turn their whole life into a reality show against their will.
Yeah. No, I filmed my dad like right before he died. He like told a story because he did Yo-Yo Ma's kitchen and like all his finished carpentry or like finished cabinetry and all that. And he was like stealing Oxycontin from Yo-Yo Ma.
Who's Yo-Yo Ma?
He was a cellist. celloist.
Who was on oxys?
I think he like is a legitimate guy that got like a back surgery or something.
I believe that.
But my dad did not. He was just stealing it.
Doing his kitchen. And hit the
so he
pantry,
told the story. It was pretty funny.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah.
How'd the kitchen turn out?
Really good. My dad was a great carpenter. He did John Kerry's desk and office, and John Kerry tried to not pay him.
What?
Yeah,
Senator John Kerry?
Senator John Kerry has it. Yeah, apparently he had an issue with paying people.
What?
Yeah, they wrote about it in the Boston Globe. Yeah.
Damn. I never heard. You heard it here first, dude. Boston Globe wrote the story, but heard it here second, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So he tried to stiff. How much did he try to stiff your dad for?
Oh, I don't know how much, but my dad went. He was like a senator in Boston, and then I guess he went to D.C. at some point, and my dad went down to D.C. and like did his office down there.
Got you.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Thanks, dickhead."
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
That sucks. So that was like your whole start was just you grew up just it was kind of nuts, or like I remember you described it as like it was nuts, but as a little kid you would just watch your parents just kind of off the rails and be like, "Man, they're just they're a little stressed." Like you eventually learned. It was a funny part of that book was like I thought they were smoking weed, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Well, that's what's cool about the like the tapes that I have, because my dad would make his own crack pipes, and they look like little like bongs, So I would just find these bongs, and I just thought my parents were smoking weed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I saw Half Baked came out, and I was like, oh, my parents are just, they just weigh 90 pounds and they smoke weed.
They must not be getting the munchies enough. Yeah, that is pretty. There was parts of that book literally I would just start crying. I brought it to Denver with me. I read it I started reading it on the plane. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's so like engrossing.
Yeah.
You get so engrossed in it, and then I would get back from shows and just read it for like hours, and I ripped through it in like pretty much a weekend. Yeah.
Well, thank you, man. I mean, I'm not like, obviously I've like have holes in my brain, and I've like killed a lot of brain cells, so it's an easy read. I'm not Shakespeare or anything, but but I appreciate
no old English in there at all.
No old English.
Yes, we're leaving. Yeah.
But I'm sure you get hit up by a lot of people with like, here's a picture I drew or whatever. Here's a book I wrote. Thank you for reading it.
Dude, it was awesome. It was genuinely really, and then and you've been on Fox, I think, a couple times, or maybe what else? You've been on the news.
Yeah.
And you're like giving like the takes on like homelessness, which I thought that was kind of cool too. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because you came out of that. I'm sure people would love to have you like, see, we need more funds. And you're like, actually.
Well, Fox loves me because if any opportunity to shit on California, like they'll take you on. So they took me on like immediately. And I'm like pretty apolitical, but and everyone was like, don't go on Fox. Like, it's going to fuck your life up. Fuck Fox and all that. And I was like, no, I'm going to go on Fox.
Yeah,
and I did it, and it got me a book deal. And it actually reunited me with my aunt and uncle.
That's pretty cool.
Because they thought I was just still a crackhead.
What?
Like 5 years sober. So they saw me on the news.
I saw you on the Winners Network, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude, he's fucking winning right now.
Yeah. Well, they don't, actually, they're kind of like, they don't like Fox. But like a relative was like, yo, Jared's on Fox. And they saw me and they're like, oh shit, he's probably not smoking crack.
Yeah, they have to watch it and be like, huh.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. I mean, it is that was a cool thing you did in the book where it's like, here's my story. And then it's like, by the way, and I think you did this pretty good where it wasn't like, because you could have like went full court press, like, here's my takes on policy, blah, blah, blah. It would just get like tossed in, peppered in. You'd be like, yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Your whole idea is that like, definitely we should help homeless people, but like, let's kind of build accountability in there. If you're just kind of like putting people up for free or just like showering people in resources and not dealing with the inner issue.
Yeah.
You're killing them because they're just going to keep getting high and die.
Yeah, it's like a house is burning down, and like instead of spraying it with water, you're like, here's like medicine to like deal with your burns.
Yeah,
we have to kind of address the key, like the foundational issue of addiction. And listen, there's a lot of homeless people that aren't addicted. Obviously, some of them are just mentally ill.
Yeah,
permanently. A lot of those people that are mentally ill, like I was mentally ill. Like I was screaming in like a McDonald's dining area. Like I was like yelling at people and throwing shit.
That feel good.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get
up. It kind of does, because when you're home, it's crazy because when you become homeless, you're like, I'm like jaywalking. It like starts with jaywalking, and then you're like, I'm going to like deliberately walk in front of cars.
Yeah, dude, I always wondered about that. So you start being like, fuck these cars, I'm going.
And then you're like, I'm going to litter. And then you're like, I'm going to like knock over a trash can. And it just like escalates, and it's like, I'm going to throw shit at people in a McDonald's. Whoa. And then it's like, I'm going to rob people.
Yeah, then I might as well put all this energy to good use.
Yeah. And then, it does escalate because going to jail is like, it's basically like a sleepover. It's like, oh shit, I get to like chill for like 3 days. So going to jail is like not a punishment. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get a pillow and like a shower.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'll throw shit at people.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna fuck this lady up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a guy recently, whatchamacallit? Jesus Christ, I'm blanking on where I was. This is bad. I was in Portland, Oregon, and they have a lot of homeless people there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This weekend, and there was this guy, I was me and Nate Marshall were walking, and this guy, he was kind of drunk. He was like, oh, what are you guys, homies? And I was like, yeah, actually we are. And I was like, maybe he's just being friendly. I couldn't really tell. And then I come back and he was just getting in homeless people's faces and being like, what's up, dude? And like shoulder bumping him. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get fucking stabbed, dude. I was waiting for it. I'm like, please fucking bash this guy's head in with it. That was the thing too. Like I didn't realize how hard everyone was rumbling in this. I mean, obviously I knew there's like bad stuff going on, but you're saying like you'd sleep with like a pipe between your legs. People would come in your setup and you got to just fucking. Yeah, that shit. I was like, I mean, it makes sense, obviously, but I was always like, I think people are maybe just chilling, a little more peaceful.
No, people are pretty angry.
Yeah,
because you have nothing to lose. When you have nothing to lose, you're willing to lose your life because your life isn't worth that much. So, and I'm like, I'm like not big. I'm like a white guy. I like look, I look the way I look, but I looked like I was like 16 until I was like 30.
Yeah.
So I looked like a kid. And,
same. And then I looked like I was 75 very fast. I skipped like three decades of aging. And now I went from like looking like I was like 27 to looking like I was like 55.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to hitting that relatively soon. But so like I looked like a bitch basically. I mean, I'm not hard, so people tried to fuck with me. And like, being white on Skid Row is unlike everything else in life, it's a detriment.
Yeah, true.
So it wasn't that cool. But people were almost like flabbergasted. They're like, "What is this like suburban white boy?" They were like kind of respected it.
Yeah,
they were like, "Holy fuck, man! This like clean cut white kid is like doing it on Skid Row." So
and it was probably came in handy. Like I was reading that, like that's kind of nice when you're able to like use your kind of appearance to. It just helped you.
Yeah, like I went to college, I can talk. So like people were like, "Oh shit, we could keep this kid around and like." Talk to the police for us or whatever. And I was really good at stealing because of it. Yeah. If you're like a Mexican guy with tattoos all over your face, it's not easy to like go steal shit.
Yeah. Trying to lift toothpaste is not easy.
Yeah. At least 10 years ago.
True. Yeah. Now it's all locked up, I guess.
Yeah. So that kind of fucked everything up. Like I was doing it back in the day when they weren't locking everything up and I was like pretty good. I had like a pretty good system and I made more money than I do now. Like working a job. Yeah,
you were saying when you were shoplifting, it was a couple thousand like a day pretty much?
No, like a couple thousand a week untaxed.
Yeah.
Sweet. So like the same that you would make it like a job now.
Same, it's a shame you missed the self-checkout.
I know.
I had no excuse. I was of a relatively sober mind and I pillaged those things pretty hard in the beginning. Yeah. And it wasn't even for like a lust for stuff. I was just kind of like, it was more of like a game where I'd be like, is anyone here actually paying attention to this? Yeah. And it turned out, no, not really at all.
No.
But yeah, I've since obviously given that up. But the, remember that part of the book where we had a guy who would serve as decoy and then you would just slip into the side and just, because he was, I guess everyone was like, oh, this motherfucker is going to come in here and steal and you could just clean out and move.
Yeah. Yeah, Richie. I mean, his real name was Ryden. I'll just say it, I guess. But Ryden was like known across LA County as like a top shoplifter. So he'd go in first. All the staff would be like, fucking Ryden's here. They would like, they'd like all huddle around Ryden. And then I'd sneak in with 2 like Trader Joe's like permanent shopping bags tucked in my pants and just like dump shit into my bags.
Damn, then you'd probably be looking pretty hippie when you went out there though.
I know. I looked like a good Samaritan just chopping.
Wait, so you had them in your pants and you popped them out?
Popped them out.
And then carried?
Yeah, just carried 2 bags. And I linked up with this like, what do you call it? Like a fence. And I got him to start buying makeup. So I just like pour makeup into my bag and he'd give me like $2.75 per little eyelash thing or whatever. And, I just started making a ton of money.
Damn.
And still going to sleep every night with $0.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. That was the craziest thing. So for you, it was like, and again, in the book you kind of detail it, but you start out, it's pretty like regular kind of stuff, but in terms of the drug use, it wasn't so much of like, oh, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. You just describe having this just like constant feeling of like, this is wrong, shit's fucked up. Yeah. Then it was like, I need to stay drunk all the time. And it was the thing you talk about I really like is just how like the kind of the mental gymnastics of like, look, I'm always, here's my line. I'm good on this side of the line. If I cross this line, then it's a problem. Then you cross the line, you're like, look, no, the line's over here. And if I cross over here, then I'm fucked. Then eventually it's like, God damn it.
Yeah. There's just constant, and obviously the end line is like, I'm gonna have sex with a guy for money. That's like the last line. And fortunately, I did not cross that line. I know people don't believe that, but
why? Why do people not believe that? What the fuck? Dude?
It's just all my high school friends are like, we know you did it. And I swear I didn't. I mean, one time I let a guy tickle my feet for $100.
Who wouldn't, dude? That's fair.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, that's fair.
and he actually was like a kind of a camcorder guy, so like he filmed it.
Oh, no.
And I've hit him up on Gmail. This was like 2011, so I've recently hit him up on Gmail, and I'm like, yo, I know you've tickled a lot of feet, but like, do you remember me? Like, I'd like to see that footage. And he's like,
I'll give you $100. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, what size foot were you? Like, I got to remember. And he's like, I don't know. I've tickled too many feet. But he like tied me up in a bed, like with those like, those like kinky tie up things that have like quick release. It's like Safe Play or whatever.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So like, it was like kind of
me and my
like,
wife, no, there's no Safe Play. No.
But he was cool. He went to UC Berkeley. He was like a small Asian man.
Nice.
We talked to UC, I went to UC Santa Cruz, so we had our little rivalry. We talked school, and then he tickled me.
Was he? What was his deal? Was he kind of like?
Just a sexual pervert.
He was just a sexual pervert. He was kind of otherwise just chilling, normal job. He's like, I'm gonna tickle these guys.
Oh yeah, I think he had like a good job, but he was just like, I'm really into tickling. I'm really into tickling feet specifically, and I was like, well, I'm like a meth head, so my feet do not look good. And I was like, can I keep socks on? And he was like, no, you got to take the socks off. So I took the socks off, and he was like, put the socks back on.
Your feet were thrashed.
Yeah. And then he was like tickling my feet, and he was like, and I wasn't like, eventually you stop laughing. It stops becoming ticklish. And he was like, you have to, like, that's how you get paid. Like, you have to laugh. So that was weird.
You had to fake it?
I had to fake it. I faked it. Yeah. So that was really like and that was pretty innocent, honestly. So I crossed way worse lines in terms of like, damage I did to other people and things like that I don't feel good about. But generally, I had a pretty good time. I started out as a heroin addict, and that was pretty manageable and boring. You just kind of get sleepy. But then I moved to methamphetamine, and that's when things kind of
the way you did that was kind of cool. It wasn't a bad idea, but like how you're saying you were delivering heroin for a guy, and they basically forced you like, bro, I know you're gonna be nodding out and shit. Hit some meth. Get out there.
Yeah. I kind of worked for this guy that was like working under the cartel, and he would pay me to deliver heroin. And heroin addicts, as you see outside, they're sleepy. They're pretty sleepy. So he was like, I can't trust that you drive and do heroin. You're going to crash. You're going to get arrested. So you actually, as a prerequisite for the job, you have to start doing meth. And that was a line, And I was like, well, it's part of my job details. Like, obviously I'm going to do that.
Being responsible.
Yeah. And in meth, I like fell
I'm
in
a
love with
company man.
Yeah, I'm a company man. And I started doing meth, and that like, I went from like a homeless student. I mean, a drug addict student, like pretty manageable, had a girlfriend, all that, like, to like within 3 weeks, like screaming at people, homeless, like lost my place to live, dropped out of school, crashed my car. Lost the car. Yeah, meth like really quickly took me down, and
that kind of sent you into orbit, basically.
Yeah, and I like lost my mind, and there's a lot of fun to be had like in meth psychosis and all that, but it does become pretty unmanageable, and eventually I used crack cocaine to quit meth. So I kind of fell in love with crack
because that got you off the meth. Yeah, and I've heard vice versa. I've heard of people using meth to get off the crack.
A lot of people actually do that. Yeah, so if you go to Skid Row, it's like full of like OG crackheads that switch to meth.
And they're kind of like, are they tame or are they kind of out of it?
Well, meth is cheaper, but I think meth is like, you can stay up for 6 days on meth and like really start doing some damage, like, really thinking that you're talking to demons and all that. And you get into this like really dark psychosis, whereas crack is very simple. It's just like you think it's like you're just paranoid about the police. So like it actually, and it's very like short. It's like short bursts of this paranoia that's actually pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like you smoke crack and you think like the FBI is after you, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's better than demons. I'd rather keep it to this realm.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Open myself up to like, interdimensional fucking beings and shit.
And you like tell yourself you're like, I'm going to smoke this crack. Like obviously the CIA is not after me. Obviously the FBI is not after me. Like I'm just I'm a homeless crackhead. And then every single time then you smoke crack and you're like immediately hiding behind a dumpster and you're like, You're like, there's a helicopter. And they're like, I stole some makeup. They're fucking after. I'm on like America's Most Wanted.
I'm on the bulletin board. They got my picture. Board, the fucking yarn connected me to all the other dudes. Yeah, that is kind of terrifying. It was weird too when you said you were able to like eventually with meth realize like with like, you know, when you're bugging out on weed, like none of this is real. But like, I guess obviously it's way deeper, but to realize like this is just a meth delusion. And I was that you were able to like kind of ride that out a little bit, which sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, when you first start doing it, you have a lot of auditory hallucinations. So you actually hear like your friends so you're like, holy shit, my friends are in the house. Like they're in the next room. Then you start texting your friend. You know, I would text my friends and be like, yo, I hear you talking shit. You know, and they're like, I'm 100 miles away right now.
And you're like, yeah, right. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And then but the auditory hallucinations are so, they're just so insane that eventually you are like, okay, like my friends are not in the next room. My family is not in the next room. And you sort of tame the beast at that point. And then it just turns into like mental hallucinations, which are more creative and more fun.
Okay. Once you get over the paranoia, you're like, actually, yeah, let's explore some of these other ideas.
Yeah. But it's a terrible drug. I don't recommend anyone. You know, it's pretty hard to like functionally use meth.
Yeah, I can
and like keep your job
unless you're a Nazi soldier.
Yeah, or a gay guy. Gay guys seem to be able to do it pretty well. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I used to like chill with these gay dudes in San Francisco, and they were like flight attendants and like had jobs. Yeah.
Do you think they were like microdosing, or they were blazing?
No, I think they were using meth pretty hard. Well, you use meth for like a long weekend. It works really well with jobs that are like 3 days on, 4 days off.
That makes sense. You can just crash for like 3 days.
And then they'd use GHB to like come down. And I like GHB, but they were like, do not pass out around us. They were like, someone could come in, like
they let you know.
They were like, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, true.
So I'd use GHB and be like, it's time for me to go,
I'm
guys.
out.
Yeah, like this is getting too wild in here. And
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not to sound like, ridiculous. I could see that. If you're like a gay guy and you're just kind of methed up, people are like, he's a little sassy today.
Yeah.
Sassy. It might just take your sass to the next level.
Well, they were my friends, but they were like, we have other friends that like we can't, they might come in here and who knows, you're passed out. Like who knows what happens, so.
Fair.
They're like looking out for me.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like, partying on meth, that's like.
Yeah, if you're partying on meth with a bunch of gay guys in San Francisco, it's kind of on you.
Yeah.
If something like that happens.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Especially if it's like, if it's already like, were they like into like, obviously they're probably doing like the chemsex thing and all that.
Yeah, heavy into chemsex. That's basically,
Can't pass out at a chemsex orgy, dude.
No, you cannot pass out.
I would say that's on you. Traditionally, I'd be like, well, people should conduct themselves in a proper manner. But if you're just like, I'm going to go to bed right now, a little sleepy. GHB's kicking my ass. I'm about to pass out, guys. You do you. I'm going to just sleep here on my belly. Don't bother me. I'm such a pussy with substances. I took melatonin for the first time recently because I'm trying to like get my sleep, which I've had some success getting my sleep schedule under like wraps with like traveling and all this stuff. So I've started taking melatonin. I'm such a pussy with substances. Like even that 3 milligrams of melatonin, I'm like, I take it. I'm just laying there reading a book. I'm like, it's not even working. So I'm just reading. All of a sudden I like put my book down. I'm like, oh fuck, my arms are so heavy. I was like, oh no. I just curled up next to my wife, like, help me. I don't like, I was like the opposite. Like if anything goes into my body, I'm like, what's this? What's happening? What's it? But I do understand you get to the point where you go, I don't give a fuck. You're just, I do get that too. If things are going wrong and things are, you're just like, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I need to exit. The what?
You build a tolerance to like physically, but you also build a tolerance mentally. You're like, I want to check out. You know? So like, I was like, by the end, I was shooting heroin, cocaine, and Klonopin at the same time.
Damn.
Which is, I don't even know if shooting Klonopin works, but I was, I was shooting Klonopin.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it got into your bloodstream.
I think so. Yeah. It like, what do you call it? It like, it makes the heroin act heavier, because you get such a high tolerance to heroin. And like the problem with heroin is like, you get really addicted to heroin to the point where your life gets really shitty and then you want to kill yourself, but it's like a catch-22 because like now you've become too physically addicted that it's hard to overdose on heroin to kill yourself,
Oh, yeah.
So that change, obviously with fentanyl, that's different.
Yeah.
You can kill yourself pretty easily with fentanyl.
Yeah. So you got out of it before like the big shit with like the, what's that shit called? Trank with like the big wounds. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I mean, I last got high in 2018 and I was right when fentanyl really started hitting, but I was in Florida at one point and fentanyl sort of hit Florida first. So I have shot fentanyl. I don't like it. You know, I died. You know, I overdosed in some guy's car, and he like took me to the hospital, and like took everything out of my pockets and like dragged me out of his car and left me.
Jerk.
But they, you know, they Narcan me, and they were like, yeah, man, you were doing fentanyl. And I was like, I didn't even know what fentanyl was.
Yeesh.
And they told me. So then obviously I was like, I'm never doing that again. And then like 2 days later, I was like, I'm going to do that again. And fentanyl is.
So you died. You clinically.
I died. I died for like 4 minutes.
Dude,
yeah.
I have a friend who did that. He died like 3 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because you're like dead, and then they Narcan you and you feel like you're underwater and someone's like pulling you up from the ocean. You're like at the bottom of the ocean. You can't breathe. You're like trying to breathe. And then they like pull you out, then you just pop out of the ocean, and then you're just in a hospital and people are like looking at you.
And I heard you're pretty agitated too, because like
you
it all
pissed.
wears off.
It
right
all
away.
wears off. You're fucking pissed, and they like don't want to help you because I'm like, can I use a phone? The guy took my phone. They're like, can you use a phone? Like, get the fuck
you're
out
right
of
on the beat. You're like, bro, I need to talk to my boy. He owes me $40. You're like, lay down, dude. You're dead.
Yes, and they cut my shirt open, so I had like they like let me go with a gown in Miami, and I was just like walking around Miami with a gown and like no phone. And I called my dad. I finally called my dad, and he was just like, man, you got to go to jail. Like jail would help you right now.
Yeah.
You know.
So what'd you do?
I think I just called some other people, and eventually, you know, I got picked up, but I just kept using fentanyl. But fentanyl is like very debilitating. Like, you know, I would do fentanyl, and like I had like a 2-week run on fentanyl, and I'd like, you do fentanyl and you just wake up 12 hours later in like a different neighborhood, and you know, it's really fucked up. Whereas heroin, you can like I used to do construction on heroin. Like you can maintain it. I used like operating heavy machinery and shit.
Yeah.
Whereas with fentanyl, I couldn't even make it back to my halfway house. So like the one rule at my halfway house was like, you just have to show up before midnight and you don't get kicked out. And I got kicked out. Like I couldn't even drive a car. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've worked with guys on heroin before. It's not like ideal, obviously, but you know,
it's not ideal,
they can get the job done.
Yeah, my dad did it for like 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, he did fine until he started smoking crack, and then, you know, crack is a different beast.
Yeah, that's what this guy, I would ride around with him all the time in his truck, and he would try to literally like get me to do heroin. He'd be like, bro, you gotta. And my other friend explained it to me that it's really one of those things where when you start doing heroin, you start to evangelize it because you want people underneath you, so then you can start selling to them.
Yeah.
But we worked together all the time. He'd be like, bro, man, you'd be having such a fun time. And I'm like, it's like noon. He's just sweating profusely driving around. I'm like, man, I think I'm right. He's like, dude, you can eat. Like, you're not going to lose your appetite. You'll just party. You'll have it. It'll be awesome. I'm like, and meanwhile, I like literally picked him up from his house, or like met him at his house. He was actually the one driving, which is funny enough. But it was just like him, his babes just on a mattress on the ground. He was just like, she was active in the family business, obviously. He was just like selling herself. Yeah. So all this stuff's being proposed to me. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, it's a good time. I was like, I'm good, man.
I mean, it is a good time when you're on heroin.
Yeah.
And then you wake, and then the heroin wears off, and it's like the worst time.
Yeah, true.
You know? And then your life becomes this every day. It's like you do heroin, and you're like, I have 12 hours until I'm having diarrhea, and like really sick from heroin. So like,
that's not far off.
No, exactly. But it's like this. It's
must be putting heroin on the food in the airports, dude. I think I have the same thing. I think I might be dosing me right now.
But it's like a full-time job, and it's just, it's actually kind of cool because you like have this one singular goal.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just have to like steal shit and get heroin. And then it's like, I have to steal shit and get heroin again. And then the next thing you know, like 6 months have passed. And
whoa.
You know, but the second something doesn't link up, and you like, you know, you show up at the CVS and someone already stole all the shit, and you're getting dope sick and everything.
Spaz.
Because once you get too far into dope sickness, you're too dope sick to hustle up money. And it's like this, it's a crazy like treadmill that you have to just run every day.
Yeah. That's why they say a lot of people who get clean do like very, very well in sales and all. Like they get clean and they hit sales jobs and they just crush it.
Yeah, that's a big thing in Florida. Like, get off heroin, start selling like scam vacations to Canadians or something.
Yeah, that was my someone I know was down there getting clean in Florida, and he was like, "If you ever get a bill collector or anything, just be like, how's it going, man? You clean?"
Yeah,
he
how
said
many days you got?
Yeah, how many days you got? He said a lot of people that call you up on like telemarketing are just down in Florida, like outside of rehab.
I did it. Yeah, my dad got sober in Florida, so I went out to Florida and lived in a halfway house with him, and I tried doing the sales job. I left both times at like noon.
Yeah,
I like labor. I like doing labor.
Telemarketing is crazy. I've tried my hand at it as well, and it's I can't explain. It's just the weirdest fucking job. You're just in this little thing, and like, dude, managers are listening in on your call. I would be intensely nervous, like, oh, hey, Just a dude. I know there's a guy listening. I'm like, fuck.
And they give you a script, and it's like, I know how to talk. Like, let me just talk to
dude.
this guy. And they're like, no, you got to read. And they're like listening on your headset, and they're like, read the fucking script.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote the script. Just read the script.
Scripts are so bad, dude.
so
How do they not know that it's like the worst possible thing?
Yeah, but there's guys that are just making like $5,000 a week doing it.
I know.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is. There were the office big dogs when I did like tech cyber. I don't know what it was. It was like selling like servers and shit.
Yeah.
And there were guys that were absolutely coining it in there.
Yeah.
They could sit there and like hold it, like out of a movie. They'd like hold a ball and be like, let me tell you about the new Pentium 4. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah. I prefer getting paid like $9 an hour and just like doing demo.
Yeah.
With like no Nicaraguans. And yeah, this one guy had a tool chest that said work will set you free, which is what Auschwitz said on Auschwitz. I don't think he was aware of that. But I was like, damn, work does set you free.
True.
You know? And I don't know. It sets you. I recommend if you're trying to get off opiates or drugs, like just go do manual labor. I mean, it really helped me.
Yeah, I could see
You
that.
know, I don't do it anymore, but fuck. I mean, it just makes the clock spin. You're just trying to make the clock spin at first, you know.
Yeah, to get time.
Get through the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I found kind of striking when you were like, you would get clean. You'd be like, all right, everything's going well. Then there'd be a part of your brain where like, I'm doing heroin.
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing it again. It's just a matter of time. And be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna make it to this city. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop over here.
Yeah,
that's the
crazy,
weirdest
man.
part of the whole thing when it's like, it's like a hard thing for people to wrap their head around because it's like you can have the experience of things going like as south as possible, you know, and like your immediate relationships get thrown off, all this stuff. You get clean. And the thing that sucks about addiction is that thing where you're like, I don't want to do this, but there's genuinely a part of you that's just like, you're like, oh, fuck, whatever.
Yeah, you can't control.
It's hard to
man.
explain to anybody else, and it's such a weird part of ourselves that people don't really know what to do with. Like even like experts are like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're following your own will and you're a drug addict, you are going to do heroin, whether it takes you 2 days or a week or 30 days, 5 years. Like you're just gonna do heroin, and you know, your life, you know, my life would get pretty good. I'd like buy like a $1,200 car and like get a little job and then be like, okay, I'm moving. You know, I drove from Florida to Oakland one time and like got my apartment set up and everything. And then I was like, I'm going to fucking stay clean. And then I hit like New Orleans and I was like, I'm going to go check out, you know, what's going on. And you're like, I wonder if like you like talk to a kid at a gas station. You're like, is there heroin here? Like just out of curiosity, you know? And then,
There better not be any heroin here, is there?
But I mean, obviously, this, you know, I know this is a Catholic podcast. You know, I got spiritual. You know, so
That's good.
yeah.
I've heard that is for real the thing that really helps, man.
Yeah, and people don't want to hear that shit. But sorry, like that's what, you know, that's what helped me. And it's not like it's a non-denominational thing, but like I just like had to give it up, you know, and yeah, man, I believe in God and don't want to get weird or anything about God or anything. But like, you know, I believe in something. You have to believe in something bigger than yourself is like watching over you, and you have to kind of accept. It's actually like a humility thing. It's like when I'm in charge and I make decisions, like I end up in a bathtub in Chinatown, like missing my toe or some shit, and like a needle in my arm, and
Literally.
like that is where I literally end up.
Yeah.
And so I can't make decisions like so you just kind of like try to align your will with God's will. And listen, man, I'm sitting across the table from Matt McCusker right now. And like, I was literally a homeless guy on Skid Row, you know, so like, you know, obviously,
sick, actually.
yeah, it's
I'm equally as pumped. Like, dude, it's so fucking cool. I've never got one of these guys.
No, I figure like a lot of people, you know, we see these guys, like people want to hear these guys, you know, I'm a heroin guy. Like I'm a guy, like, you know, so
That
it's
is
a crazy
crazy if you think
opportunity to
about
talk
it,
to
though.
one of these
No,
people.
dude, if you were to sit there, you drive past Skid Row and you're like, oh, there's a fucking published author, right? You know, it's
Yeah.
like you don't think of it at all.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it is crazy. And I do think it is regrettable that's just the taboo of our time. Religion, taboo of our time.
Yeah.
Like, back in the Victorian times, you couldn't talk about sex. You could
Yeah.
talk about religion. Now you can be like, you know, whatever.
You can be like, my daughter does OnlyFans. I'm very proud of her. You know,
or
like, but you can't talk about
I think their
God.
health teacher now in school actually shows their dick to the
Yeah.
class. I don't know how they do. But it's like, it's so weird. And if you bring up religion, it's like,
Yeah, you can't do it.
I do think that's how AA was founded. It was, I think the guy, Bill was the dude's
Bill,
name.
yeah, Bill.
He actually met with Carl Jung back when,
Yes.
you know, whatever. And Carl Jung was the guy who was like, bro, if you don't come up with some sort of spiritual connection or come up with some sort of a connection to, you know, a reality beyond yourself or whatever, a transpersonal reality, you're doomed. It's
Yeah.
like if you hit, you know, if you're over 40, that was Carl Jung's big thing. It's like if you hit 40 and you don't come up with some a worldview that doesn't have you at the absolute center of the universe, if you can somehow like shift it up to where there's actually something way beyond yourself and kind of humble yourself.
Yeah.
He's like, the rest of your life will be way easier. If you don't, it's just all going to fall apart and you're going to go, oh shit.
Yeah, that's like the key for everybody. I mean, especially in the, it works for drug addicts. I think it would work for everybody.
It does. I genuinely think it does.
Yeah,
I had a similar thing because I grew up Catholic, and it was like you get out and you're like, church is bullshit. It's not the real body of Christ. They figured it out. And all of a sudden your life starts to fall apart, and like, it can be bigger or lesser ways. And you're like, same thing. You're like, I've been in charge of the program here. Results are less than spectacular. Yeah. Let me try to reorient myself, because it reorients you more towards like service rather than like trying to self-aggrandize and blah, blah, blah. And right now I'm doing a project where I'm just studying a bunch of autobiographies, and I'm trying to figure out like if there is, I guess, I don't know what to call it. I guess it would be like circumstantial proof or whatever, just like anecdotal of like worldviews where it's like, me at the center of the world. They call it, it's like express self is like a type of value system where it's like, I get what I want at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm the boss. And there's a lot of people, that's the value system. Then there's the sacrifice self value system, which is like, there's something greater than me. I have to live by, some sort of rules that I don't necessarily set. And I'm trying to like look at all these autobiographies and try to see like, all right, who lives as like more of an express self type, who lives as a sacrifice self. And then after reading hopefully like 50 or 100 autobiographies, being like, all right, here's how these ended up basically. And everyone probably has like a bit of a mix.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's kind of crazy how that is the thing where it's like, I don't want to get weird, but I believe in God. And it's like, it's not that weird. People have been doing it since the beginning of like human consciousness.
Yeah.
So, and what you're saying, people get worried too. It's like, oh man, like, I don't want to come off as like a religious nut. Cause it is, I get it. People can really hammer that home to the point where it's like, all right, but yeah, I'm glad for you. I think that's a good thing. And it's, it's one of those things where it's like, it's hard to monetize, where it's like, well, it's easier to set up like, well, we got to figure out with like pills, this, that, and this. It's like, well, you can also have a spiritual experience. And they're like, all right. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's like a big conspiracy, but like, well, it's just an unfortunate thing of our time when it's such a simple, it's not a simple solution, obviously, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I think it's regrettable that people are so like, oh, when you're, I can say it's like one of those things that can help your life so tremendously if you find something, tailored for yourself. You don't have to like sever off your rational mind. You just have to like, maybe pluck a little chunk out of it. Yeah. And just kind of keep the rest.
And it like, it gives you community. It gives you a sense of like, there's a bigger thing going on than just what's in my head and like what I think this person thinks about me at the office. And like, drug addicts are the most like self-obsessive, selfish people, really. I mean, I know that sound, that's not like a kind thing to say about these people that are out on the streets, but like I was out on the streets and like all you give a fuck about is yourself. And whenever I only give a fuck about myself, I end up laying in the gutter. I mean, that's just what happens. So like, and I know that's really hard to say as a guy that like, I literally wrote a book about my life, like how self-obsessive could you get? I mean, that's as self-obsessive as you can get, really. But
only great men write autobiographies, so don't.
Yeah, but if you read the book, it's basically me writing about how retarded I am. Yeah, so it's like, sure, it's about me, but it's about how much of a piece of shit I am, really. So hopefully that like, there's a sense of humility around it, No,
I think you did a great job, and it really is. It's one of those things where it's like, whether it's drug addiction or just like, say you're not addicted to drugs, that same line of thought is just not as pronounced. Cause it's like, if you're addicted to heroin and meth, it's like, yeah, you're crashing your car, you're going to jail. So like everyone's easily like, yep, you're fucking up. But if you're running like a similar, I think most people are very, very it's just the way we're designed. It's not like a value or like a character flaw. It's just the way we're kind of designed that I think kind of slowly erodes through a series of repeated and larger failures in life where it's like, say you're like, I didn't do like heroin or meth or anything, but I've had definitely decisions blow up in my face that weren't like my whole family, like, God damn, that guy needs to go away for a while. But it was enough to be like, for me to be like, well, that fucking all went up in smoke. And you're like, God damn it. And you're like, because there's that big master of the universe syndrome where you're like, I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like when I would like sell weed and all this stuff, I would be like smoking weed all day, driving around with like 30 pounds of weed in my trunk. Like, dude, I'm the master of the fucking, and just like a bunch of my relationships fell apart. And I was like, I'm kind of a fucking loser. I thought I was a man.
Yeah.
So that can happen, man, when you're just kind of like, dude, I don't have to listen to anybody. I don't have to do anything anyone says. And it's like, when you're young, it's very intoxicating to be in that. And then you're like, oh, there's this whole other part of life that has to go. And like, even if you don't want a family, it's like being involved in your community, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you get kind of like self-insulated, it's easy to have like the wheels come off and And it is a funny thing when you're like, I'm the boss here. And it's just like your life just dilapidates and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. And every problem this is a big thing. Like, the guy that's like 45 that just like fucks his life up every year and it's always like someone else's fault.
Yeah.
So like, that's a big thing about addiction and, where it's like you're just constantly blaming everyone. You're at the center of the universe and you're just blaming everyone around you for like all your problems. So like, that's another thing with spirituality is like, I don't know. It just helped me like take like almost like an overhead view of my life and just be like, hold on, you're like the common denominator of all this shit. Like potentially you are the cause of these problems. Like you are responsible for these problems. And when you kind of like are like, okay, well, it just goes back to like, okay, well then I'm not running the show. I'm going to let someone else run the show. And like, since I was like a laborer on and off, either I was homeless or I was like in a halfway house doing like construction for $9 an hour. And, the second I kind of like started changing my life and living this way and having some faith, like I have a career, I have my family back, I'm fucking doing a podcast. Like, I mean, it just, life really just starts to take off. And right when I finally admitted, like, you are the piece of shit that is causing all these problems. And like, you have to have like a complete psychic change. And, I don't think, a lot of people that are hardcore drug addicts, like if they don't have that psychic change, like it's not really if, it's like, when are you going to go back to that life?
Yeah.
You got to change.
The blame's a big one. I've noticed that with people where they're like, dude, he's a fuckhead. And you're like, that's your problem right now? This dude's being a dickhead to you? Like, I could name 25 other things, dude. Yeah.
Or like blaming the police. Like I was so pissed at the police set me up. I sold drugs to an undercover cop and like I got a felony and like I had to go to jail and it like kind of fucked like the next couple of years of my life up. And I was so fucking pissed at the police. And then I got sober and I like kind of changed everything. And I was like, you sold drugs to you stole Tylenol from a CVS, said they were Norcos, sold them to a cop. Yeah. Like, you're retarded. You shouldn't have done that.
Kind of bunky. I always thought if you sell fake drugs, you don't get in as much trouble though.
I think probably, but I was like, I was like, get me out of here. Like, I'll plead anything. Like, just get me out of here. And like, I had a public defender that was probably on methadone, and he was like, yo, you're fucked, man. Like, because like a lot of people, like drug addicts that have like rich family or like family that will support them, like we'll get them that lawyer, and which almost just kicks the can down the road. You know? So like, I called my dad, and he was like, yo, stay in jail. Like, do whatever. I was like, can you get me a lawyer? And he was like, fuck no, I'm not getting a lawyer. And
it'll be good for you to just get like, you need to be contained.
Yeah. And then actually, like when I became homeless, like I was homeless, I did like a year run on Skid Row, and I would like call my dad, and he was like, go to fucking jail. Like, do whatever you can to go to jail. Like, you need to go to, like, my dad went to jail. That's how he like finally got sober. So I got so blessed and, got to fucking go to jail. But jail did not like get me sober. Jail like physically removed me from heroin. I never got physically addicted to heroin ever again. But I still like would relapse for like a few days here and there. And so like jail is not the ultimate solution, but it was like a kick in the ass and sort of like scared the fuck out of me. Like, I was around a lot of people where I was like, damn, you're going to be like a jail guy. Yeah. You're going to be like a prison guy. And like, can you be a prison guy? Like, you're not that big. You're not that tough. Like, can you do it?
How bad does it hurt in prison of just like no babes at all? That's the thing that would really fuck me up, dude. Just zero babes.
I was on heroin.
Sorry, it's a fair question.
Well,
you weren't really thinking about the babes.
Well, I was on heroin for so long. So when you're on heroin, you have like you're like asexual, like completely. And then when you come off heroin, you're like, you like come in your pants like immediately.
Really?
Like if someone like blows in your direction, like so like you get like ultra horny.
Oh no.
Which is like jail's like the worst place to be ultra horny. So I mean, it's fucking weird, man. It's like there's like a female guard once in a while that comes in, you can smell her, and everyone's like smelling, everyone's like puts their nose up and like and then people get weird. People start to get like really weird where they're like, it's like you're not allowed to horseplay in there. You're not allowed to do like any gay shit or like do any gay voices or anything like that or like fuck around. But there's guys that have that like twinkle in their eye.
That would kill me, bro. I can't be like, so fucking gay for you, bro.
Well, that's like the white guy humor is like, let's pretend we're gay.
Yeah.
And like Mexicans run the jail. So they're just like, no gay shit. Like, you have to be like, the white guys are like, none of that gay shit. Like in front of, like, we got to impress the Mexicans, obviously. Like, like obviously we all want to like do the gay voice. Like we're in fucking jail with a bunch of guys. Like, but like the Mexicans will call us gay. Like we can't do that.
Yeah, it's trouble. Yeah.
And like obviously the black guys are like no gay. Like they're like number one. Like no gay shit
for sure.
And so it's really sucks for white guys in there.
You can't fuck around and pretend to be gay at all.
You can't fuck around and you can't you can't take the towel and like
I'm never speeding ever again. I never thought about that.
It's really hard on white guys in there, man.
It's so funny to have like some dude just covered in swastikas, like, and lastly, we can't fuck around about gay stuff.
And it's like clearly, and then occasionally you do have like your all white meeting in the shower area where it's like all white guys, and it's like you can let off some steam and like pretend you're gay for like 10 seconds. But it is funny because like the Mexicans just run everything, and the white guys are allied with the Mexicans.
I've heard
so it's
that,
like we cannot if we lose this allyship, like we are fucked. So like we have to. So the Mexicans like, you guys got to work out every day for an hour. So it's every day. There's like white guys like half-assedly like doing jumping jacks and shit, and like making sure the Mexicans are like watching. You're like, I'm doing them.
Are they pumping iron pretty hard there in the jail?
No, but they're like lifting each other, which is kind of gay. They're like.
For real? They lift each other?
You have to, if there's like a tiny Mexican guy, it's like, okay, obviously he's like for biceps, and like you have to like use weird shit. You like get under the bunk bed and you're like, you can do like bench with like they'll get like 2 Mexican guys on the bunk bed, and then you're like doing like, okay, throw another Mexican guy on there, and you're like doing bench. Yeah.
You gotta squat Danny Trejo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you get really creative. You get like sometimes you get a trash bag, you fill it up with water. You can do like curls with them.
Yeah, I heard. So what are like when the Mexican guy's being bicep curl? Does he have like a straight face? Like,
yeah, because you can't be
like
gay.
hard as fuck.
Yeah, you have to look super hard.
Being curled. Yeah. You got a fucking problem with me?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of like get on my back and like I'm gonna do squats.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot for a place where you're not allowed to pretend to be gay. There's like a lot of gay shit going on, and obviously like you're jerking off in a room with like 100 guys at some point, and you're not allowed to jerk off. But it's kind of it's like don't ask, don't tell situation. So
like
you
be a gentleman about it. Don't be like,
fuck. Like a guy used to buy heroin from who I actually he came into the jail, and I was like, what's up, man? And I was like, do you have any heroin? And he was like, no, I'm in jail, but he got caught jerking off. He was like a 7-year-old black dude, super cool guy, but they rolled him up. They were like, no jerking off.
Damn.
He did it. He tried to be polite. He did it at like 5 a.m., but like the early birds woke up and they caught him jerking off. So
fuck, that sucks. I'd rather be caught by my parents 100 times than be in jail and have dudes like, you jerking off, motherfucker.
No, I did it. It's like the scariest. And obviously, you've jerked off before. You realize like, when you're a kid and like you're listening for your brothers and sisters and shit, and you're like, so this is like scarier because if someone hears you, like they could stab you,
Oh my God.
Not really. I mean, everyone knows like you got to do it. So you just do it in the middle of the night when you wake up, and like no one really, but every night if you ever wake up, you hear like the jingle of like many men quietly masturbating.
It's like the roar of the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of like it helps you sleep and everything.
That's crazy, dude. I never thought about that aspect of it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I figured, I thought you could just like hang your sheets over your bed and be like, I'm about to jerk off, bro.
No, because there's like a man on your bunk, so unless you have like an arrangement with him or something, I don't listen. I'm not Mr. Prison. I'm not Mr. Jail. Like I've been to jail. Like it could be different in other dorms, but like.
No, it makes sense.
Like my dorm, like it was kind of like you can't even show your dick unless you're in the shower. Like if you got, that was like an instant boob op. Like if your dick popped out, like in the dorm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or if you like talked about dicks or just like, but in the shower, obviously you're all naked. You're showering together, looking at everyone's dick. So
you can do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
No talking dicks, bro.
No, you can't talk about dicks because.
What do you do with morning wood in jail?
Oh my God. It's just like. Yeah, man, it's tough.
You gotta lay there.
You gotta just lay there, and sometimes you gotta. It's like because I was in the school dorm where I got to go to school, so like I guess I'm gonna be late to school, because I can't have someone see my dick.
Yeah, if you had
my hard dick. Yeah, so
bro, the fuck, bro.
Yeah, and
fucking boner away.
And then like meth will come in sometimes, which like makes everyone horny and gay, to be honest. Yeah. So like that becomes pretty tough because like people are tweaked out and
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's that is tough. I do understand going there and getting clean, but yeah, I think you're right. There is an extra layer, and I feel like there could be. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like there could be a more nuanced approach in jail once you have those guys as a captive audience. Like, how's the programming? Because I know there's like TC, like therapeutic community and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have that when you were in there?
Well, there's like AA meetings that come in, and we had actually had like meditation classes. But you go there and like. half the guys like think it's like gay. They're like, this is gay. And then they like make noises and shit while you're trying to meditate. And there's like, I was like trying
what
to
kind
do
of noises they make?
You know, like kumbaya and like, mocking a lady came into jail to teach a bunch of guys that like might murder her yoga and like meditation, and like you're fucking being an asshole.
They're like, yeah.
So like, I mean, listen, there's a lot of low IQ people in jail.
True,
you know, but yeah, like obviously there could be a better approach. I was in there, probably 99% of the people I interacted with were either drug addicts or alcoholics. This is not a good system. This is not working. Like clearly this is a drug problem. Even like the violent criminals, it's like a lot of them were just on meth or like drunk and like beat the shit out of their wife or something. So, you know, there's like foundational issues of mostly like addiction and alcoholism. So like, yeah, we should address, and that doesn't mean like, hey, you shot a guy in the head and you were on meth. Like,
for sure,
we're going to put you into a therapeutic program. Like, you know, if you're violent, you got to probably do some time, but like, you know, there should be, I was really surprised because like one day they just let you out and it's like, what the fuck do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just out now. Like, and it's like right by Skid Row and they let you out at like 2 a.m. And, you know, of course, I'm going to go do heroin and smoke crack, you know? So like of course there's like, there has to be a better approach, but like, you know, there was like the 2020 stuff where like the decriminalization of crime basically. And like, that's not working, you know, just being like, we're just not going to send people to jail for like doing violent crime. Like that's not really a good approach. So
they're walking that back pretty hard right now. That's just, we're hitting like Bill Clinton era, like tough on crime Democrats are in our near future of being like,
Kamala at the DNC, they were like, Kamala was a tough prosecutor. And Kamala was a tough prosecutor. Yeah. Like I'm from Oakland, California, like where she was, you know, she was the DA of San Francisco and she was fucking too hard. I mean, she was like sending parents to jail for like, if their kids missed school and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, she was hard, man. But, clearly, like they're doing this like really quick 180, like this bitch will put you in jail, like vote for her. And like, I don't think it's going to work. I mean, we see what's going on. Like, you can't do that quick of a 180 on that shit. But
yeah. Well, no, she was chill. She was hard. I think then she was like, I'm going to chill as hell.
Yeah, then she got really chill, I guess. But
and now she might flip back and be like, look,
well,
I can slam the gavel.
I don't think she has like a creed or like a, you know, she just, it was really hot at the time to like be super hard ass, you know, tough on crime, like, you know, the 90s, the Clinton, you know, the Clinton crime bill and all that. So she just was kind of going with the times, and then the times changed, you know, and then it goes to like, okay, I'm going to bail people out for like burning down Minneapolis. And shit, So I know you were in Portland. I actually moved to Portland in June 2020.
Oh, God.
Not a great month to move to Portland.
Yeah, what happened? Because I kept thinking the Chaz was in Portland. That's Seattle.
No, that was Seattle.
Kind of fucked me up. That was my whole 5 minutes opening and coming out. I was like, I'm gonna make fun of these. I want to make fun of these guys for having like lesbians take control of their city for 6 months.
Well, no, Chaz was like all of downtown Portland, and I had a black girlfriend.
Oh, so they set it up like that.
Yeah, and I went there with a black girlfriend. Not a weird month to move there with a black girlfriend to Portland, and her dad was like, you can't take my daughter to Port. Like, I don't want her around all those crazy white people burning down the city. It was a crazy time, but Portland's cool, man. Portland's cool.
I liked it. So you went there though, and it was like, because people now are like, damn, is it like still fucked up? And I was like, no, it was fine. It was fine. But it was like, it was as intense as the Chaz there in 2020.
It was fucking intense. It was intense, like spiritually. Like everyone was just like, I was running into people. I like left because there was too many like guys that like dressed like security guards that were like, I'm they, them, like you got to call me they. And I was like, you look like a dude, you know, like it's really hard for me to do that. There was just a lot of like, it was just really hard like that. And like, you know, I people were just not chill at all. And it went super far. And then now there's kind of like an overcorrection. And it's kind of chill now, I think people, and honestly, like you guys play a big role, and I'm not, you know, I
appreciate it.
I mean, like, I don't want to sound insane right now, but like, you know, podcasts like yours, like you guys kind of like brought about this like spiritual awakening of like, hey, we just have to like, we can say retarded, like we can, you know, we can be cool, you know, and I think comedy really is like saving America. Hey, this is going to sound stupid, but like,
no, I appreciate that, man. Well, the problem I saw with a lot of the stuff was like, you're at college, you're trying to get pussy.
Exactly.
You see girls are like on this wild shit of like, you know, pretty much they're doing it for Instagram. And then it's like, you know, maybe they genuinely believe it. I shouldn't say like it's all fake, but it's like they're doing a thing to appease some other force. This is a giant force in your life. And you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking they, them. And it's like, I'm trying to get some fucking pussy. I'm not trying to get frozen out or labeled as like, you're like a boomer or whatever the fuck people say.
No, everything comes down to I'm trying to get pussy. Like, because I've realized it in my head, like every decision I've ever, like if there was no pussy, like I wouldn't shower. Like I would shower once a week or something. Yeah. You know, like there's just every decision that a man makes really comes down to that. So like, yeah, there was just a lot of that. And there was a lot of like, even when like, you know, like when your guys, I was listening to your podcast and I was like, can I even tell people that I'm listening to this shit? Like after the Shane shit. And then now it's like to get pussy, you're like, I listen to the Matt and Shane podcast.
It's flipped. Girls are, there's girls. The girlfriends have come and wives are coming to our shows.
Girlfriends have come, yeah.
They've opened their eyes. Yeah, there was a weird, that was a weird thing, I think. I don't know what it was, man. Because everyone thought they were doing like the right thing. They're like, yeah, I'm on the right side of history now. And it's like, the one thing I will give the like wild ass SJWs from, you know, they did all that stuff for a long time. They did, you know, and you can hate this, but they did raise a lot of issues into the public consciousness.
Yeah.
They kind of really like cracked everyone's head open with a hammer and they're like, think about this. And everyone's like, fuck you guys. I'm not thinking about this. So they did do, you know, if you look back at like the last few years, it's like people are a lot more kind of like, the average person is way more forward thinking than they were, you know, in like the 90s and, you know, early 2000s. So they did put a lot of like, you know, things into people's heads like, you know, like if you're black, it's like kind of weird and way different than being white. And be like, shut up and get a job, you bum. Like it's like that now. People have, I think, from all that stuff, have a more kind of nuanced approach to reality with like social issues.
Yeah,
but they're like what they say to do about it. Their solutions are so bad.
Their solutions are really bad and really hurting the people they're trying to help.
Exactly.
But like, certainly, like, listen, it's really good that we're thinking about these things. And you know, I kind of already did because I'd been to jail and I was noticing patterns. I was like, damn, like. You know, I went to jail for like 5 days when I sold that Percocet to the cop or whatever. And my friend Toning Taylor, named Toning, very odd name, but I was in a midnight mission with him. He did like 5 years for like the same shit. And he was a black guy. And I was like, God damn. Like, and he was like, what? And he was a black Israelite dude. Nice. So he liked me because I'm half Jewish. And, you know, we'd had Jew talk, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, he really opened my eyes to some shit. I was like, God damn, man. So,
yeah, they get crushed. Black dudes get crushed in jail pretty hard.
Yeah. So I was, so it was,
but it's harder for us once we get there because we can't do gay stuff.
It's
so
kind of the inverse of, inverse of real life.
Yeah. No, dude, my friend was in a, one of those like kind of, I don't know. I've never seen anything like this, but it wasn't. So it was technically that part of it was a halfway house. The other part were for like repeat offend people who violated parole. There's just this giant warehouse in Philly, and you would just go to this warehouse and just live in these rooms of like 40 dudes. And it was technically a jail, but it wasn't any like you didn't go to like the penitentiary. It was just like this holding thing specifically for parole violators if they had to do like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
And he said it was run. The whole place was just run by like there's like these black Muslim ladies in charge of it. And he was like, dude, for real, I don't want to cry racism, but he's like, this is so hard to be white in this place. Yeah. He's like, you could just like, I could bring him in clothes and stuff. I could bring him in anything really, cigarettes, all this stuff. I had to give it to like in a trash bag to this black Muslim lady. She would go through it, and he was like, dude, the drugs here are rampant because you can just stitch heroin into like the waistband of sweatpants. And they're just running amok in here where it's like the drugs are being fueled. Everyone's just making money off this place.
Yeah.
But he was like, and then you just get sent here against your will. He's like, you're trying to get clean. He's like, it's just party time.
Yeah.
So
black Muslim ladies seem to run the Philly airport.
Yeah.
I was at the Philly airport like a week ago.
Yeah, they got a nice stronghold.
No, but they were killing it. They like got me a refund on my flight and shit. So
yeah, they're fucking sweet. It's funny. Because if you're like a white dude just kicking around, I always assume like black Muslim ladies don't like white people. You see the gear and you're like, I could see them not being a huge fan of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you get to know them, they're very sweet.
Yeah, they were chill.
They're very
they
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing about the whole like awakening thing was like my felony, there was some real criminal justice reform where like I actually am not a felon anymore.
Oh, that's cool.
So like they kind of did, you know, and that makes sense. Like that's good. Like, hey, I've behaved for 7 years. Like, can we get rid of the felony?
7 years is a good number too.
Yeah, like it's a jubilee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's Jewish jubilee.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, can I get a job at Walmart finally? Like, can I not be a felon? And so good shit like that happened. But then there was like criminal justice reform went like a little too far, where it was like you can just like bonk ladies on the head with like a bat and not go to jail. Like that's not good, you know. But
no one wanted to be the guy locking people up. It wasn't like politically good.
Not politically good. But I guess now it is.
It's because now you can become the big like hero. Because before we had the guy, who the fuck was he? Larry Krasner, the DA in Philly, and he was like
bad.
Yeah, they were calling him "Let Him Go, Larry." That was, and I knew like back then, like I was like, I knew dudes were like selling weed and stuff. He's like, "Oh, let him go, Larry." That's the dude. We love Larry Krasner. And like it's the wrong guys being like, this guy rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it becomes like if you're a DA and you have political aspirations, and it becomes like not politically cool to lock people up. You're like, let's just not lock people up for now. And the city completely goes into disarray because you kind of maybe want to become like a congressperson.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you can't really, people are out here doing. That's the thing, isn't it? Like in jail, it's like 90% of the crimes are committed by like literally like 5% of the population across like race and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they say that. Yeah, and shoplifting especially.
Yeah.
So it's like, snatch these people up, and if they're on drugs, it's like, okay, let's figure out a situation where we maybe mandate them to a long-term treatment center. But we have to like really like look at this like, hey, we're not just like trying to like check boxes here. Like we're really trying to like change this person's life and like give them a life worth living. And like we should really like I needed purpose, like I was a finished carpenter. So like I eventually like I got out and like I had like a job that not only paid like a decent wage, but it gave me fulfillment. And I was like, I'm building things, I'm helping people, I'm like making beautiful, I'm making houses beautiful and all that. Like we need to like find what people are passionate about, what they can excel at, and like really set them up for a life where it's like, hey, you can afford a 1-bedroom apartment right out of here. Like you can feel good about you. It's like, you're not just going to go get a job at Chipotle and want to kill yourself. And then so we just have to really, I mean, this is like a spiritual problem that is plaguing America. Like if you go to any city, like I live in Oakland, California, and it's like, it's totally fucked up.
Yeah, I agree. And it is sad too when you take all these people in jail and it's scary. They all like tattoos and like career criminals. But I do believe at the root of it, it's just like they were once a kid in a very loveless environment. And obviously like there's that's like a continuum. Obviously there's some people who like got it, but there's like other bad stuff mixed in. But then there's people who like just never ever in their life had like anybody care about them at all.
Yeah.
And that's like I think that's the real root issue when you're dealing with people like, jail, anything really.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how the fuck? And you're going to try to correct that in like an environment that, you obviously need to like take precautions for society. But it's really sad. It's one of those things that's like very, very sad. And I think there is hopefully we'll figure it out. Hopefully we'll figure out a way, because you can't go too kumbaya and be like, just give them a guitar and send them out there. And it's like you just bang someone in the head with a hammer and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. Or like we're doing this thing where like we're just giving people like apartments in San Francisco and then they're on fentanyl, so they just die in their apartment immediately.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't really do that. I understand the argument, like homeless, what's the solution? Home. Like give them home, And it's like, okay, but if you're addicted to fentanyl, you're just gonna like be alone and OD on fentanyl. So yeah, man, there has to be like a more comprehensive approach. And like, people are like, oh, it's gonna cost so much money. And it's like San Francisco spends over $1 billion a year on homelessness, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. So it's like, I don't think money's the issue. Like we have the money, we just have to like redirect it into a way that is actually productive. But it's right now it's so set up to just like, you can just launder so much money if you start a nonprofit. It's so easy to start a nonprofit. It's like, I hand out crack pipes, give me, a $2 million contract. It's, we just have to rethink all this shit.
Nonprofits I didn't realize how, because I worked at one before when I was in social work school, and I was like, this is like, and it wasn't like out and out like a total scam, but it was kind of like, dude, you guys can tighten this thing up. Like it becomes incentivized to be like, just have someone show up, sign a box. It's like, yeah, but you could have like 5 appointments in one to make this guy's life easier. And like, we'll get $200 every time they show up. You dirty motherfucker. Yeah. But it's, I don't know. I've remained hopeful. I think something will happen, but it is weird. Is this like the most homeless people we've ever had? Like
I'd imagine
historically. Cause I know there was always homeless people, but now it's like, you get out of cities and you're like, dude, it's like younger people just hit the rails, dude. And it's like you see guys in like their 30s or 20s, and you're like, bro, like what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Bad. I think there is something to it, man. There's that like spiritual malaise where it's like there's no point to anything. What's the point? I'm never gonna be, X, Y, and Z. And like nobody has that. It's hard to find like the joy in a like a relatively simple life. Like you're saying, like I can take pride in my work. I can do my thing. Now it's just like. Everyone's so atomized. It's not like, oh, I'm part of a nice community. I'm part of everything's just off on like their own individual journey that, typically when you're just by yourself, it just leads to like intense frustration and despair anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lack of hope.
Yeah.
What's this? Oh yeah.
It rose 12% from 2022 to 2023. That's pretty bad, right?
That's pretty bad.
That's a gigantic leap.
It rose 64% in San Francisco from the year 2016 to 2022. And at the same time, spending on homelessness increased by 500%. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, and there's no hope. It's like we live in time when it's like you can work really hard, you can get that raise, you can get that promotion, and it's like you're still not buying a house. Like
I know,
it's
that's
just
what
like you
sucks.
can't start a family. People aren't getting married. People aren't having kids. Like
Yeah.
it's tough. Hopefully we come out of this. Hopefully whoever wins the presidency, either one of them just makes this shit better. You know, will they do it? Probably not.
Yeah, definitely not.
But
Well, dude,
we'll see where we're going.
definitely. I tell everyone buy your book. Your book's awesome, dude. Jared
Thank you.
Clickstein.
Yeah. The
Buy
book's
your
Crooked
goddamn
Smile.
book.
If you can't afford it, hit me up. I'll send you a copy or I'll send you like a PDF. I am not a big reader. I know that's a surprise. I wrote a book, but like I can't read. If you can't read, you're looking for the audio book. It's not here yet, but if you buy a copy of the book, it will encourage my publisher to push for the audiobook, and then I'll like send you a link to the audiobook for free if you show me that you bought the book.
So the publisher's weary about doing the audiobook? What? Why?
They aren't weary. It's just like it's a different like legal setup with the contract, and it's just going to take time. I don't know, but like this will, if it does good sales, they'll push for it faster, and then like I'll send you like a LimeWire link to the fucking audiobook or so. I'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna try to push that through quickly.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them to knock it off. Tell them to do it. Be like, dude, just give me recording time. You can record it in like 20 hours, man.
I know. Yeah,
Come knock
I could
it
just,
off.
yeah, but it's like it's just a different. It's legal agent shit. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming and doing this.
No,
You're the
it's
man.
an honor, man. Thank you so much. I
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
it. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. Thank you guys so much. Nick
Pleasure to be
Hexum,
here.
S.A. Martinez.
Sure.
Oh, come on, man. I'll try me. That's the right name.
Yes.
All right.
I respond to it.
Dude, I'm terrible with names, and
That's all
it's the
good.
bane of my existence. Dude, I know you guys for real. I don't want to, I don't want to be
You
weird.
can say it.
You guys fucking rule. You guys got me through the sweatiest period of my life easily. I would just, me and my friends would just wax up a 4x4 like post, just skateboard, like
Oh, nice, man.
board slide it and shit. 7th grade, just all head boners. It was fucking weird. But no, you guys fucking rule, dude. Thanks for doing this. I was like genuinely stoked. I don't get stoked on a lot of stuff, and I saw that come through my email, and I was like, oh, yes, please.
That's so nice to hear. So 7th grade, like for context, was that late 90s? Or,
Yes. Yeah. Late 90s. Yeah, because my older brothers, they graduated like 96, 98, and I was like 4 years younger than them. But yeah, it was for real. Like, I mean, you guys obviously are older than me, but you don't really look it. But yeah, I'm aging rapidly. But yeah, it was like, that shit was crazy, dude. Just to be like bopping around 7th grade doing your thing, and all of a sudden someone hits you with, I had the Blue album, the self-titled album first. And then I was just like, dude, this is crazy. We were just that one song down. It was allegedly about making out, right?
Well, he mentions making out.
So but the funniest thing, the lore associated with you guys was so funny. It was like everyone would be like, yeah, dude, they studied music actually at the Juilliard. And I'd be like, yeah, obviously I can tell, dude. They're definitely Juilliard. I was like in 7th grade, like, yeah, obviously. But yeah, we'd all think about making out. We'd be like, I can't wait to fucking make out, dude. It's going to be so sick. Dude.
Well, it's so funny because we just played this spot called Interlochen, which is like the Juilliard for high school kids. And
Michigan.
the chick I made out with in a dark hallway, I went to Interlochen when we met in summer camp, and she was telling me about this other camp, and it sounded really prestigious, and it was like, so we were just there, and it was one of those full circle moments.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I
Did
did
you
not
make
know
out?
that. This is news to me.
That's news to you.
Well, it was summer camp. That was my dark hallway makeout.
Then you went to the other summer camp.
No,
Just the other day.
she went. No, we played there. 311 played. They have an amphitheater,
And
there.
it brought back the story.
I know. I'm trying to figure out if you made out to make it full circle. When
Yeah,
you
no.
got back there.
Where was the makeout? That was
The
in
makeout
Nebraska?
was in Nebraska.
Yeah.
It was in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Dude, that's awesome.
Music camp, and she was a violinist.
What?
Those were the days.
Yeah, dude, that was sick. Making out before you knew about anything else was like, does it get better than this? And you're like, yeah, it turns out it absolutely stabilizes your life, the rest of it.
That's a good reference point.
Well, dude, that's fucking awesome, man. So you guys have been touring for what, like 20, 30? How long have you guys been touring for?
Since '93.
What?
Yeah.
What's the secret to the staying power, dude? A lot of like bands just completely disintegrate. How do you guys do it?
We just don't say no to anything.
The heroin?
We don't
Yes.
say no. Yeah, we do say no to that. We don't say no to gigs, and we don't break up. Yeah, like, what's the secret to keeping a band together? Don't break up.
Yeah, true. Well, that's a good point. How do you balance though? What do you think? What's the force? What's like the centrifugal force that just pulls bands apart? Would you say?
Ego.
Yeah.
You know, people digging in too hard on their positions. I mean, you know, we respect democracy, and we have 5 band members. So if it ever needs to come down to a vote, it's going to be, you know, 2 against 3. If there was 4 people and it was 2 against 2, then what do you do?
Yeah.
So fortunately, we have an odd number of band members, but most of the time we just talk things out, and it doesn't really even come to a vote. Somebody gives in, and we just keep talking until there's a consensus. But if there ever needs to be a vote, then we respect that, and just and also keep an attitude of gratitude, knowing that we're super lucky to get to do this, that we've stumbled on a really special lineup, that we're better together than we could do on our own, and
for sure,
just take good care of it.
Damn, that's awesome. Because I feel like that's pretty rare. I mean, you guys must have seen bands come and go and kind of implode and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so many bands that we started out with have like 1 or 2 original members, and then just side guys.
Yeah. That's what I saw in your guys' Tiny Desk concert. That's like, I mean, I don't recommend you guys going through comments. They're all very nice, but it was the big thing was like, I can't believe they're all still together. Usually it's one guy and a couple studio musicians, and it's, you know, so it's sick, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So how do you like when you, because you guys have come out with almost like an album a year with, you know, give and take, like a couple years here and there.
In the beginning it was like that. I mean, you know, it's a mad terror when you think about it. I thought we were on a bender when we did that, and then I looked at REM's discography, and they did like 6 albums or something like that in their launch, like per year. But it also made sense because they reached a status in a level that is very hard to come by, but unless you put in mad work, man.
Yeah.
You know, so we did a lot of legwork, obviously, and then, you know, we continue to do it. But it's important to get back to the not imploding part, to like have some space that you carve out, you know.
Yeah.
So, and now we all have families at this point in time.
Got you.
And,
When did the families start, and how was that, like, balancing that whole thing?
Well, thankfully we kind of waited.
Did you really?
Yeah. So, you know, I think maybe it's possible, had we started families early, that things might have gone, awry, perhaps, because there's tensions, you know, that can build, and if you don't address them, you know, in a familial setting, that can spill over into your professional, you know, life. So,
oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I
so I think we were a little wiser by the time we started families, and you know, we just,
how old are your kids? If you don't mind me asking.
Ours are about the same. I have 2, he has 3. Mine is almost 14 and 12.
Okay, sweet. I got you. So you guys really waited till the time was right.
Yes, I definitely can not have to wonder if I sowed enough wild oats. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was the first one to have a kid, and I was 39, and now there's been 11 kids. So it's
damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you kind of broke the ice, and everyone else was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
The floodgates of offspring.
Okay.
Yeah, they're tough, man. I have a 2 and a 4-year-old, and it's like, and I tour with stand up, and it can be tough. It like kind of like deciding how much do you go away, how much do you not, and you just feel like consumed with guilt and stuff.
Yeah, that's a thing. But fortunately, I kind of did the math once, and we're maybe gone like between a quarter and a third of the year. It's not like we're gone all year. So then when we're home, like, I'm super hands-on dad.
Got you.
Kids ready for school and driving them to school and stuff in the morning. So
yeah, that makes sense. And if you put it up against a 9 to 5, it's like you're going 8 hours a day almost every single day.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, going away here and there. And I also tell myself too, if I had to work in an office, I probably would have burned my house down. So there's that.
I
would have probably like beat my kid. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like being able to get like a creative outlet helps me not be like a nightmare to my kids and stuff.
Yeah. One of my kids said, "Dad, I'm glad you're not a mister." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, you know, like, comes home with a briefcase and a suit. And like, I'm really glad you're not a mister, because like take them.
Do those
to the
exist
beach.
anymore?
Mister.
I saw that on TV once.
That must have been nice to be like, fuck yeah, I'm not a mister.
Yeah.
You get it.
I was very good to and then now when I do something crazy, I'm like, would a mister do that? They're like, no, you're proving our point, Dad. You're not a mister.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, my kids have got to come when I do stand up. Like if I have like an earlier show, like sometimes I do like a 4:30 matinee show, and they've got to come do like just hop on stage and like mess with the mics while the staff's setting up, and like I feel like little kids love that. Like if you're telling them like I'm playing music or like they say I'm a funny man, they're like, you're a funny man, you have to go be silly. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that is tight, man. So you guys, you started in '88, right?
There was a previous incarnation of 311 called Unity that was 88 and 89.
Gotcha.
And 311 started on June 10th, 1990.
Okay, so
And then we were in Omaha for 2 years putting out locally produced albums that started to do really well. So we used those as demo tapes to get us the record deal. And then we moved out to LA in 92, put out the record in early 93. And we definitely didn't like rock it, because like what you were sharing about, you know, the skateboards, only like the really cool kids knew about us. We were not in
obviously.
We were not in the
Little,
mainstream. So that's why we named our second album Grassroots, because we're like, we're not going to be embraced by the mainstream culture. MTV was not touching us at that time. So,
yeah.
so we're just going to do it through touring and stick to our guns. And kind of what S.A. was mentioning, like REM, also like U2, like they stuck to their own weird sound and waited for culture to come to them. So that's what we did too. Like we're just going to keep doing our rap rock with reggae, even though that's not at all what's on the radio. And then finally with Down, that culture came around to us. But we just stuck to our lane.
And it's cool too, because you already had like, dude, music might be an all-time album, dude. Like I'll listen to it still today, and I'm like, God damn, dude, it's so good. All the way
production on that's insane. Like Eddie Offord was the one who touched the knobs there, and you know he was this eccentric British guy from prog rock world.
He worked with like Yes. And Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and he'd worked with John Lennon and stuff. So he had a ton of stories.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it was just this very sweet English gentleman, prototypical, right? And us.
Yeah, what were you guys like early on? Were you guys like good boys, bad boys? What was going on?
Smoking weed constantly.
Yeah, around the clock.
Around the clock.
That's what's up. That's what's up, dude.
Respectable kids.
Yeah, so that was your. So you guys were just like smoking weed. I'm guessing that kind of like usually gateway to mushrooms, LSD. Like what was that? Was it just the weed?
There was ecstasy.
There you go.
Ecstasy.
Don't forget that.
Booze, Jack Daniels.
Nice. So you guys kept it within like a very. I always say that is the best. Like keeping it within the sphere of like weed, some alcohol, you know, obviously some ecstasy and maybe some mushrooms and acid. But that's good. So you guys were able to keep that. Did you guys have like? I mean, obviously maybe private issues, but like any public like meltdowns with cocaine, any stuff like that, or did you guys keep it just kind of tight the whole time?
Well, me personally, I've decided that I'm better off sober. So
there you go.
It works for me. A little caffeine is fine, but that's it. But everybody in general has kind of matured and cleaned up their acts, so there's no problems in that arena anymore. Yeah,
you get to a certain age. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and you get to a certain age, and you're like, why? The fuck am I? Exactly. I'm going to go park I have to say my kid, and I'm bugging out. I'm like, I can't do this right now.
It does smell like weed in here, so was that?
Wasn't me. No, I'm scared of it now, dude. Like, you know, I sound like an old guy, but you see, like, the fucking weed is like 47%. Literally, I saw one the other day, it was 42%. I'm like, I don't need that, man.
Well, the weed back in the day was like very seedy, very weedy. I mean, it was like a joke.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude. Snap, crackle, pop.
I honestly think I could smoke a whole pound of it. It wouldn't do anything to me now. But yeah, it's like, well, that's cool. So I just think it's cool because a lot of, especially in entertainment, there's this whole other thing. There's like, you know, there's your core business, which is like touring, selling tickets, albums, all that stuff. And then there's like, let's say the forces of like fame, fortune, all of that other stuff. And I really feel like that can have like such a fucking brutal effect on people. But it seems like you guys kind of just were like, all right, let's just throw fun shows, let people have fun, keep doing our stuff. And obviously I noticed you're very like, you know, gratitude, all that. And I think it's working. That's fucking awesome, man. Because you don't see it. You only see the stories that become like the ones that get like glorified or like, and then they were doing this and it all fell apart and everything turned to shit. And it's like, I always wonder like, Why does that happen? I'm always curious. When people are making millions of bucks, like where's all the seeds of destruction come from?
Well, I think, and again, like, we didn't have it. I think he was alluding to that at the beginning. The success wasn't there initially, so it was, it took time. And then, you figure out, shit, this took a lot of effort to get here, bro,
yeah, that makes sense.
It's not going to, ruin it.
So how old were you guys when things started really popping off? You guys weren't.
Oh, we were young.
Yeah, I'm saying you guys weren't old at all.
No.
25, 26.
That's better than like 19, 21. But still, that's pretty young, man.
We were super young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was that? What was like the big moment when you were like, holy shit, this is kind of getting out of control? Was it the Blue album or?
Well, it was when you were hearing your music coming from other cars, like on the street, you know? And like,
yeah. I remember
maybe we should move.
You're still in Omaha.
I remember once we were doing a gig at the Whiskey on Sunset Strip, and I heard a car pull up with Grassroots, and it wasn't even out yet. Somehow they had gotten an advance copy of it, and they were trading it all because there was just so much demand that they were like,
damn,
stolen our music somehow.
Yeah, shit, that's kind of nuts. So how did you? So when you guys first came out, you're saying you're sending stuff to radios, and they were like, nah. Like, what was their big? Because you guys said you had like local.
Well, it was like we weren't the sound of the time. Like, when we came out, grunge was like, on the radio. That was like alternative rock.
Yeah.
And we weren't really grungy at all. Maybe a track here or there, but not like a whole album.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Of a vibe.
You guys were ahead of your time though, because then like quote unquote rap metal became just like blew up. Like right after kind of grunge fell, pretty much it was rap metal became huge. So you guys were right in time.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to see next generations of bands that grew up on us, like the guys from 21 Pilots tell me that once this drunk chick came up to them after a show and was like, "You guys sound like a mixture of 311 and 311." and they were like, "Great, we'll take it.
We'll take it."
But and I'm friends with the guys from Turnstile, and they grew up on us too. So it's really cool to see, passing it on as we were influenced by so many bands too. So it's just all part of a big kind of family tree.
Yeah, what were your guys' influences actually? Now I'm kind of curious about that.
Well,
when we met, like he kind of got me into Bad Brains. Like I knew of Bad Brains, but I didn't really listen. So he was like, "We're listening to Bad Brains."
Yeah.
So we cranked it. And then, but as a band, Jane's Addiction was a big band for 311. I think we all saw them together. Helmet was another
Fishbone,
great band.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Gotcha. And you guys, I'm sure you guys have met all those guys, the Peppers and all that stuff.
Yeah,
we played with them
a
few times. Yeah,
nice.
For the big turn of the millennium, the night of 1999.
Yeah, I remember
December 31st.
Everyone was going to lose all their money. Did
Yeah.
you guys lose all your money back then?
Y2K, baby.
It took my whole family out.
We played with the
At
Chili
Beverly Hills.
Peppers that night at the Forum, so that was like kind of the
Oh,
coolest
nice.
gig that we could have had.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. So, what's your guys' plan now? What's the plan going forward? Obviously, just staying shredded, staying ripped. Obviously, got the ordering.
Monitoring, making sure everything's okay.
What do you think about all of his monitoring going on? Do you have feelings about it, or what do you
Take
think?
care of himself.
True. A lot of people are negative. A lot of people get negative. They see the order, they go, "Come on, man, I don't want to see that stuff." Do you want the data, or are you against the data?
No, I mean, at home when I run, I have obviously my phone's in my pocket, and I'm not obsessed about tracking,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. There's so much information these days, right?
True.
So if you can tap into it if you want.
True.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are too chill. I'm trying to see if you guys will turn on each other. But it becomes like a thing, man. When you get older, it's like you do have to take the helm on some regard. Like you said, you're running, you're doing a bunch of other stuff. I'm sure it's like, it's tough, man. When you get older, it's like it gets away from you fast, dude.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Like it's.
Well, what we do, you have to. It's a sport, and it's all season long.
That's true too. Yeah.
Like you can't go home and just chill, hang on the couch oh, we're going to go out in a week. You know?
Yeah, you can't just show up at the Super Bowl without training. Like you have to be ready.
I'm guessing you guys have a pretty lively live show. So
yeah,
I didn't even think about that. So you can't if you just like took time and chilled out, you'd be on stage like,
oh, dude, absolutely.
That's crazy.
No, well, that might be another reason why a lot of bands kind of just crumble because of the stress of touring.
Yeah, how do you guys deal with that though?
Well,
working out, preparing,
lifestyle.
Whoa.
Yeah, eat good. I like take a nap after sound check. So I'm like,
I sleep in. Like I just woke up about 15 minutes before we came here.
Damn, it's gotta be weird. That's gotta be crazy.
It's where we work nights.
Yeah, true.
And it's hard to get
my guy.
After the adrenaline of a show. It takes hours to like flush that out and get ready.
Yeah. That crushes me in doing comedy clubs. You're doing a club, it's packed. Then you just leave and go back to your room and it's silent. You're just in your hotel room, just kind of like,
oh, I love that.
I like it, but your body's flooded with adrenaline. So do I. I get right out. I go right back to my room. But your body's just flooded with adrenaline. You're just sitting there just like, I just take melatonin and wait till I feel heavy. And I'm like, nice. I pass out.
What's crazy is that in the wild times of the early 2000s and late 90s, we would party so late, go to sleep when the sun is coming up, and then wake up at like 1, smoke weed and do sound check. And like we
battle.
Yeah.
What games were you playing back then?
Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat.
Nice. Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Just the street fighting games, bro.
Fuck, dude, that's so tight.
Hockey.
But dude, my man.
So fucking fun.
Breaking controllers when you lose.
Dude, waking up, smoking weed and playing video games. And then doing a concert and party all night. You guys have cracked the code.
The life.
You guys have cracked the code, dude.
Yeah.
That's so fucking tight. I really think you guys have figured it out, man. You guys seem like, you have normal fruitful lives.
Delete this episode. We don't want anyone else to know.
So
what is done.
Have you seen in terms of like being around entertainment, do you have any thoughts on kind of like how people kind of manage like levels of fame and notoriety and like how to like kind of live with it without it kind of, I guess, throwing you for a loop?
Well, you mentioned don't read the comments, and that's kind of a good thing. Like, don't Google yourself because there's people that are going to be mean.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that we weren't immediately embraced made it
tough.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I got right. You guys got
us tough.
Thick skin already.
And we looked inside the circle. What he said.
That makes sense. So you got to keep like a tight, because it is true, especially with the internet now. It's like, especially having like families. Like I have my life with like my kids. Then there's like me on a fucking computer screen, just getting all kinds of whatever. Like, yeah, great. Fucking this guy sucks. He's the worst.
Right.
And then like I'll catch myself being almost more concerned about like, my digital rendering with the comments on the line. And I'll be like with my kids.
Right.
I'm like, what am I doing, dude? This is sick. This is disgusting. And it really does need to be like, it's such a hard thing to sever because it's you, but it's also not you in a sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They know he's not a mister.
Yeah, true that. There's a mister thing to worry about. I'm a fucking mister, I think. So, I guess I'm trying to think what other questions I have. So you guys, you guys are in it for the long haul. What's the plan? Do you guys have like because you have the cruise too, by the way. Were you guys the first ones who started doing kind of like the...
One of them, but not the first.
One of them,
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like at first they were called like blues cruises. So
Yeah.
there was like kind of a thing with blues bands to go. And then they contacted us and we think your band would be perfect for this. And then it turned out to be awesome. We're doing our 7th one coming this...
8th.
8th? There you go.
Damn.
So we rotate one earlier this year we did 311 Day, which is our big kind of convention in Vegas, and then the next spring a cruise. So they're like destinations. It wouldn't have worked in the early days of 311 because they're high school kids that don't have the money to
True.
go.
And the fan base isn't really built yet.
No, that's true. Yeah, you gotta be like, ask your parents. Come on, get out there. Yeah, my cousin's husband, I think he's been on it multiple times.
Oh, yeah?
Shout out Flick, dude. Yeah, he's a mega fan of you guys.
great.
But he swears
Thank you,
by the
Flick.
cruise. He said the cruise
It is fun.
sick.
you would like initially when we were approached, I'm like, that sounds awful.
That's as soon as I heard, I didn't know it existed until years ago, and I heard about it. I'm like, obviously, dude, that sounds like such a good idea.
And it's turned into a shit ton of fun.
Yeah, I bet.
It is so much fun.
So where do you guys go? What's like the cruise destination usually?
We're going to Nassau this time and one other destination.
Yeah, something.
We keep switching it up. It's always in the Caribbean.
How many shows do you usually play on the cruise? Is it like
3?
2 to 3, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And then they can stop and get off and then come on. There's like a concert. That's a cool idea.
And a bunch of other cool
Other
bands.
acts, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Comedians.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, it's pretty cool. Bring me out to see.
Yeah, man.
And tonight you guys are at the Moody Center. Is that what it's called?
It's outside.
Yeah. Wait, it's outside?
Outside.
Yeah.
You guys are playing outside tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys gonna be fucking sweating your balls
I
off,
know.
dude. It's 105 degrees today.
Yeah, it's
It's no
hot.
joke out there.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes you're at the Moody Amphitheater, I think, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, nice. What else? What are like? Give me some of the major lessons you guys have gleaned from your years and years and years.
Well, I was just going to mention that, we have a new album
Right on.
that is coming out this fall.
I was going to ask you that. I saw the single. I was curious if you had the album.
So that I think one thing we want to do is put out music a little bit more frequently. But, the pandemic kind of slowed everything down, and we were just kind of scrambling to even stay connected with our fans. We were doing like live streams from our studio, playing music and Grassroots and everything in its entirety. But we're super excited about this new album, and I would just, encourage younger artists to play out as much as possible, because it's like live music is the most important thing. It can't be replicated by, a studio artist. It's like a tradition that's gone back 100,000 years. Rhythmic music goes back that far. Melodic music, maybe 50,000 years. So we're part of that tradition of one set of guys plays an instrument, the other people dance, and you know what I mean? So it's just very important to play live a lot. So that's kind of one piece of advice I always just take every gig.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Play.
Are you familiar with Harry Nielsen?
Yeah.
Apparently he never played live. That was the bane of his existence. He had like a zillion albums, but he could never play live.
Too nervous.
Too nervous.
Yeah, there's a doc on him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was too nervous. He was so good. He just couldn't play live. It's kind of tragic.
Yeah, the
Like
guy
you were
from
saying.
XTC too at one point said, "I'm done with live," because he had a
Really?
panic attack, and he was like, "I am done." And that was a big influence. That's a really good group. But
Damn.
and I think I at one point did kind of struggle with a bit of anxiety, and then I just needed to learn tools to deal with it.
Yeah.
Walk towards the fear, like
Yep.
you know.
Can't walk away from it. I have panic attacks on stage doing stand-up like 5 times a year. It's nothing. I just eat them. I just sit there and I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm going to have a heart attack. And I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
Here
Bring
it
it
goes.
on.
Yeah, here we go. I'm going to forget. That's the one thing. It's like, I'm going to forget everything. That like thought is just an absolute worm, like a brain worm. I'm like, I'm going to forget everything.
Yeah.
Everyone's staring at you and you're like, oh, it's happening. I knew this, but you just got to.
Yeah.
it.
And I think having the mantra of like, stop, I'll know what to do when I get there. Just trusting that you're going to know what to do when you get there. And then it kind of is a way to end that.
I think you're right.
It's in you. And it's just the questioning of, is it in me, creates that feeling of panic. Just stop. I'll know what to do when I get there.
It's a good move. It's a good call. What do you think about that?
Well, for me personally, it's just I just try to stay in the moment at all times. Like, I kind of grew up performing. I was always in musical performances in school, etc. So it was something that in my family too. It's like we all kind of performed, and but I remember our first like big show we did. It was in Omaha before we were to embark on our trek out to LA, and we played our biggest show to date. It was in front of like 2,000 fans in Omaha, and I'm like, holy shit. How am I going to do this?
This is serious.
Yeah, this is next level. But yeah, you just you do it, and we learned it together essentially. You know?
That's true.
It wasn't like a solo acts or whatever, and trying to figure it out or getting over these humps, obstacles, etc. But to back to your point, I think you place a lot of those in front of you. You know, like for me, I try not to look at the set list while we're performing, because I have on occasion looked at a song and then I'm like,
Start thinking
wait,
of it.
how's that go again? You know, so it's just kind of there for like a reference point, but I rarely look at it. I do sometimes, like, how many fucking songs we have left?
Yeah.
You know, other than that, but yeah.
No, that is a fun thing to think about, because it's like, especially with anxiety, which again, if you're doing any kind of performance, even if you're like going into a meeting at work, there's always anxiety, you know. And it's like, the way I think about it is I think a lot of people take a pretty, I think, unhelpful approach to it today, where it's like, you know, just silence that part of your brain with a pill, which, you know, some people need, whatever. But there's a lot of people where it's like, if I were to listen, every time I got like supremely nervous about a thing, if I were to not do it, dude, like, I can't imagine what my life would be like. You know what I'm saying? Like, for doing stand up, my heart was leaping out of my chest when I first started.
Yeah.
If I had been listening, like, no, you're right. Let me just not. I'm
not
scared.
Do that. Right.
Dude, it makes sense, because it's literally built into our body to keep us from like genuine physical threats. But when it comes to like, well, here, I want to perform, and they're not going to like eat you. It's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of amazing to think of like the lives that lay on the other side of like pretty intense personal fear.
Yeah.
And I think we're told to kind of be like, yeah, listen to that, dull yourself, you know, get away from that. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
much
think it's
better
the worst advice.
to have like exposure therapy. Like, let's go in towards that thing that's making us really uncomfortable. Last week's version of This American Life has some really cool stories about like a guy that gets a concussion, a woman that gets a concussion, and then everything loud, bright, like for years, and she just kept avoiding those until she met a doctor that was like, go towards those most uncomfortable things, and then that broke the hold that it had on her. So to me, I always just, you know, walk towards the fear or discomfort, whatever it is. You gotta keep pushing into it, or else it's gonna rule you.
Yeah, exactly. I went to I studied to be a social worker, like, you know, in between doing stand up, and like I went to go. I was like, yeah, maybe I want to be a therapist. I was kind of like bouncing back and forth. But I would bring up exposure therapy in my social work school, and they were like, that's abuse. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like demonstrated to be like 83% effective, like better than a lot of other forms of therapy for anxiety. And they'd be like, that's kind of rugged. It's like, well, so's life. Like, you know, like you got to do stuff that is scary. And, you know, you can't always just be like, oh, I feel very comfortable and safe. It's like, it doesn't work that way, man.
Totally.
It does not work
Kids
that way.
today.
Oh, man, dude. Don't get me started. I was in school with a bunch of like 22-year-olds being like, actually, and I was like, you guys have no fucking idea what you're talking
Literally.
about. But that is cool, man. It really pumps me up to see you guys are able to kind of like, again, just be in a space that is, you know, can be very, you know, threatening to people's well-being, and just stick to the mission of like, you know, we have our, I think you mentioned like our core circle. Let's just focus on each other, our families, obviously the 311 babies, and just, you know, keep the blinders on, eye on the prize, and don't get caught up in all the bullshit and the hype, and just blast through.
Let's go, coach.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude. Come on.
Yeah, because that was the thing, is basically we had our little gang, so we could just walk into a venue and just, we had each other. So it just supplemented our confidence a lot. Like, I don't know how solo artists do it, but for us, it was just great to have that crew and our road crew there. And it was just like a big family. So we'd just go in there with swagger and blow the place up.
It's awesome. Well, dude, I think I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? You got the new album coming out. I mean, I think people should also dig into your entire discography, because I didn't know how many albums you guys had. I knew you had like a decent amount, but I like looked at it like 3 days ago. I was like, what the fuck? These guys are releasing album after album. Yeah. It's insane. Were you like conceptualizing the live albums or the albums for live shows more so, or were you just kind of like putting them out for like a listening experience? How were you doing that?
Yeah. Like the Blue album was meant to be like, what are songs that just kick ass live? But then the one after that, Transistor, was just more experimental and studio trickery. So, we went through different phases.
You do sometimes in our history, like, yeah, well, what are they going to like love to listen to? That type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
What's going to get hype? And And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you think, do you ever have a song where you're like, the crowd's about to go fucking nuts and you play it and they're like, all right.
Last
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
That's part of the thing though, man. Like the same thing with stand up. You're like, this joke's about to
Oh, it's going to kill. It's going to kill, bro.
And everyone just looks at you like, why did he just disclose that detail about himself? That's not funny. That's disturbing. You're like,
Moving on.
yeah. But that is a process though. You throw it out and eventually you're like, okay, wow, this one. What was the song that like absolutely murdered that? Is there anything that surprised you guys that you were like, damn, I didn't think this thing would be the one?
Well, Down was a hit before it was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we played it, but it was also just the zeitgeist of our fandom building, moment where it was just like the pot's about to blow. You know?
Yeah.
And that was a song that when we played, it was a hit already, you know, and it wasn't even on radio yet. You
Right.
know? Yeah.
Was there anything that like on the other way where you're like, you're like whatever about the song and it turned out to be popular? Or have you always had a sense like,
Well, with Amber, we were so used to putting out hard singles and worrying about like the male part of our fan base, but then that song really was just like a sleeper. That yeah,
it's classic as well. Mm-hmm. So you're saying that was for the ladies? You're saying?
I mean, it's more of a romantic song, but
sure.
then we'd have like these huge meatheads would be like, Amber's my favorite song.
It does rule, dude. It's awesome. It does. That song for real does something to you when you're like just sitting there. You're like, God, this is so fucking nice, dude. My energy's definitely Amber, dude.
It was our first chill single ever. We'd always had rockers before that.
Like Crush too. Like that must.
It was like #1 for a really long time.
That's awesome. You did it for the babes. What did the babes say afterwards? The babes like, thank you, or
Amber is the color. But it's having a moment now with like teenage TikTokers. There's a lot of people making videos of them. And a lot of times they use the slightly sped up version that makes it a little bit like sound like chipmunks, but whatever.
It's brat, baby.
they're probably doing it so they can like fit it into like a, I notice people do that now online where it's like they'll just speed themselves up talking at like 3 times the speed and you're like,
Yeah,
this is already bad for me enough. I don't need this fast. Just more information faster.
Right. Get it in.
Well, dudes, thank you so much. And where can people get tickets? You guys are on tour right now. Where can people get tickets for the rest of your guys' songs?
Everything's at 311.com, and we're heading over towards California and up the coast to Seattle, and then we've got various flight dates in the fall, and we're going to Australia for the first time in a long time.
Ooh, nice.
Around Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah, man. That's their summer too, isn't it?
It'll just be starting, yeah.
Nice. Well, dude, thank you guys so much, man.
Yeah,
Thank you,
this
man.
is fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks for the invite.
Of course.